Welcome to Apocalypse, Mr. Mannheim.
Who are you?
Your new lord and master. You may call me Darkseid.
Hey, Bemmers, what's up? It's Darkside's Couch, and this is James.
This is Mike.
I'm Shée.
See, not everything needs a bit.
This is Magic Mike.
Yeah, well, there you go. No, we there's always a debate about if there's going to be a bit and who's got the bit, and my attitude is you don't need the bit. The whole show is the bit. It's a 90-minute bit.
It's a pretty long bit.
Yeah, a little too long, a lot of people would say.
I would say it's a drill bit.
Yeah, you gotta drill it in.
Mm-hmm. Or a screw bit if you feel screwed.
Yeah, well, that's another.
Yes, you stream this and you're like, this will be a wonderful commentary about comic books. They'll be cohesive.
Yeah. I'm sure they'll get to the comic real soon.
I bet if we just give it a couple more minutes, they'll tell us all about Zatanna #1.
There is no way they're going to wait 30 minutes to talk about the comic. That's impossible. Actually, we should get into it.
Don't they know their demographic?
We actually have to go because I have like 4 pages of notes.
Wow.
There's all kinds of stuff to get to.
I
There's
have
all kinds of stuff.
no pages of notes.
Good.
How and why and how?
Well, there's a lot of things to talk about. Well, first of all, wait, you're so down on this show, Shée.
I am not.
This show is great.
I agree.
Every show is great.
Every show is great.
No.
Listen, we've got a positive
Just
attitude
this
now.
one.
We love every show. Every show is great.
In comparison to this one, they're all bad.
Well, that's definitely true. This is the Seinfeld of shows.
Yes. Which is bad compared to this.
The Seinfeld. We're downgrading Seinfeld. Seinfeld is a credit risk now.
I think I need some of Seinfeld's royalties just because of how good this is in comparison.
You know, I think I saw that he still gets like $60 to $80 million a year.
Yeah, a year.
Seinfeld.
What's he doing with that money? Buying burnt down Hawaiian land, I bet.
It's got to be more. I mean, you can't even think about how to spend that much money. Like at some point, you've bought everything you can think of to buy.
Yeah, you start giving it away after that like a normal person.
Maybe he is. I don't know. A lot of people are giving away a lot of their money without telling people. Not everybody.
I think it would be that kind of money though is like giant impacts on people's lives. Like if he was, we would know.
Well,
I think he's just keeping it.
Know. He might be, but you wouldn't necessarily know. It takes a lot of money to get the world rolling and spinning and doing good things.
He's using it to keep Michael Richard uncanceled.
If any listeners know what Jerry Seinfeld's doing with his money, please reach out.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll tell you where a lot of the good money is going. It's going to autism research because we just hit our goal on the fundraiser.
Oh.
There we go. So that's one thing, Shée. That's one thing we can talk about.
Surpass the goal.
We've surpassed the goal. All right, so if you're late to the game here.
Fucking amazing.
It's very amazing. So if you're late to the game here, I'm running the Chicago Marathon in a couple weeks. And we've been soliciting donations for OAR, the Organization for Autism Research. And yeah, we've just blew past our goal by several $100s as of this recording, which is like almost 2 weeks before you're actually going to hear it. So holy shit, first of all. Like I'm realizing in retrospect that normally when you do something like this, like you offer people something.
And we offered them nothing.
We offered them nothing, and they still did it just to be nice.
Yeah.
Well, I think they want to see you run in the marathon.
I don't have. See, the thing is, I just have to show up. Like I don't actually have to do a good job.
Maybe we should fit you with a GoPro, and we can stream it.
You can't have any of that shit
at the marathon. Really?
Yeah,
no one there has a GoPro.
You can't have like recording devices. You can't have a camel pack with water in it. You can't have any of that.
What if we like hook you up with a secret GoPro?
Yeah, I could probably do that Nathan Fielder style.
What if we replace one of your eyeballs with a GoPro?
You can be that's right. You could be GoPro James from now on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that is tempting. I could probably.
You
get
can
the
be
naming
James
right, too.
GoPro.
Yeah, right. Too bad you're not Joe, because then you'd be Gojo.
Gojo. I could probably get a couple.
Or Joe Pro.
Couple of bucks on endorsement there. That would actually be nice.
James Gopekin.
Here we go.
Let's not go saying last names here. It's a public show. It is still pretty good. Listen, at this point I should be satisfied, but I'm not. If anything, I'm even greedier and I want more. I want
the fire
more.
burns brighter now.
Yeah. So all you've really done is prove to us that you have money.
Yeah, and willing to
Oh,
give it to
good
us for
Lord.
various reasons.
So give us some more. No, just the one reason, just for autism. Look, it's not like this was the last bit of money they needed. Like they still need more money. Like you can
You mean
continue to give.
it's not automatically going to be researched entirely by
Yeah,
the
but
time
this
that
was-
they get to this money? This was the
This
last little
was
bit, I imagine.
The last little bit that they needed. And they're like, dude, we can't fit any more in. This is
we
full.
cracked
No.
the genome.
We're done. All done. No. There's still plenty to be done with it. So please, and here's how I screwed up because I don't do my due diligence because I don't really know what I'm doing.
Me neither.
The marathon is a little less than 2 weeks away when you hear this. It will have happened 2 weeks from yesterday if you're listening when this came out. Is that confusing enough? So I thought today, this episode was the last time I would be able to pimp the marathon because the next episode is going to drop the day after the marathon. Well, turns out you can actually donate up till 2 weeks after the marathon. You can donate up till 10/22. So you can keep going. So I'm going to be
just
able to
keep
push this
going.
one more time. Yeah, just keep going. Who cares?
Yeah, maybe give up smoking and use that money to donate to autism research.
That you know what? That is a great redirection of funds. That's your redistribution of wealth for you, Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, Bernie Sanders, quit smoking. I see you smoking.
Yeah, I saw him doing it too.
He's a heavy vapor.
Yeah. So just to be clear here. I guess I should tell people if you look down below in the description, that's where the donation link is, and you can actually do the fucking thing I'm talking about.
Yes.
See,
Do the fucking thing.
do the fucking thing. So just to be clear, the next episode is going to drop after the marathon, but it'll be recorded before the marathon, which means I may be dead by the time you hear it. But after that episode, we'll do our Halloween episode. More on that later. And if I'm still among the living, that will be when we do the whole debrief on the marathon. Okay?
Yes.
So it's gonna
follow
be a
me or
little late.
die.
Can they still donate money after you're dead?
Yes.
If you die.
Yes,
Yeah,
especially.
Listen, nobody look, we all know I might botch this, all right? It was them getting the money is not contingent on me surviving or doing a good job. No one would ensure that.
I guess we could liquidate all your possessions too and donate all that after you die.
No, they're $1,800.
There you go.
Straight
Pretty
into
good.
the coffers. Pretty good. A life well lived.
Dude, I wouldn't even, dude, all joking aside, I don't think I have that much in stuff. Oh,
Got
I have a car.
You've
I have
got
a car.
You've got a car. I mean, have you checked on it lately? You live in a bad neighborhood.
Oh, I live
not-
in a
maybe
fine
not.
neighborhood.
That's
I see
fine.
children.
I see them on the corner selling things. I don't know what it is,
They
but
keep trying to steal catalytic converters, but they're working.
they are older model Kias and Hyundais is what they like.
That's right. Don't be buying them vehicles, dummy.
Don't buy the old ones. You can buy them now. All right. I'm looking at a Kia myself, but the newer models, you can't buy the older ones.
I can't wait to come up with a new reason to steal them.
Yes.
A new delicious reason. Kias just sound like tasty.
Yeah. Well, because you're thinking of IKEA, which has delicious meatballs.
Oh yeah, or like a Kia pie.
Yeah. Oh, a key lime pie? Delicious. Shée, you bake. Can you make us a key lime pie?
I didn't think you liked key lime pie.
I apparently my tastes have changed. I like lemonade now.
I was
like
really
lemonade.
hoping, Shée, that like you were gonna have a mouth full of smoke, and then you were gonna blow it out to answer the question. You'd be like, "I'm already pretty big, bro." I was hoping. I knew like the chance of that happening would be like 1 in 1,000, but I was just
Yeah.
like, "All right, maybe I'll be super lucky."
Yeah,
And
no,
that'll
we didn't get it.
happen.
We didn't get it. All right, so I'm going to kind of wrap that up by please do it one more time. Look, I'll be real about it. Old James isn't doing too hot lately. Okay, seriously. And the best part of my day right now is honestly recording this podcast and getting the notification that someone else made a donation. So if you donate now, it goes to the Autism Research / Save James's Mental Health Fund. The link is in the description of this very episode, and let's get it going. Let's keep
James
going.
says he's not doing well, but I'm looking at his great hair day and his extra defined muscles from all the running.
I'll tell you right now, the muscles are doing well. My hair is greasy as shit because I haven't had a moment to take a shower.
Looks good.
And I have a headache as we're speaking. I'm okay
Look
though.
like Keanu Reeves in that movie about that dead kid by the river.
Who looks like he always has greasy hair?
I know, but he looks sexy.
Just be clear here. I'm not dying or anything. I'm not sick. All right. It's just I'm doing a lot right now, and it's grinding me down. But like I get seriously super excited, and I message people immediately as soon as I see those donations. So
I
like
know, but you do waste a lot of time watching Frasier.
I have been watching a lot of Frasier and Cheers
Why?
lately.
Why? They have new and
okay.
different shows.
Let me tell you, because you're right. But I've been watching Pluto TV, which is an app, but it's not really streaming. It's kind of like, it's almost like watching TV. And there's something about the old school nostalgia of feeling like you're watching TV and watching something at the same time that someone else is watching it. I don't know what it is, but there's something kind of pleasing about that nostalgia.
Oh my God, James, we have a weekly Twitch show that you do not arrive for, and that's all that is.
Yeah, because I'm working one of my 9,000 projects.
All your streaming is Frasier?
Just stream Frasier.
Oh God, shoot me now.
And I don't know what to do. It's a good theme song.
I want to. Frasier would be a lot better if it was about his real life of doing cocaine and crashing race cars.
Don't know what to do with these comic book podcasts.
That would be a much better Frasier show. Hopefully that's what they do when they bring it back.
I will say, I will defend Cheers to the end. Frasier, not that great of a show.
Then both of them are bad.
Cheers is a great show. Except
that super homophobic episode you were telling me about sounded awesome.
I
man.
messaged these guys because I caught an episode of Cheers where I think Sam does something non-homophobic, like he defends some gay people, and so the rest of the bars are like, oh shit, now there's just gonna be gay people coming in here, and they just work together to contrive reasons to drive any particular because they're just incredibly homophobic, and the resolution is basically nothing. The resolution is everyone's happy with exactly who they are and nobody experiences any growth. It's crazy.
Does it end with George Wendt and the male guy having sex?
Cliff Clavin. You know what? There's a little tension there. There is a little tension. No, it ends with them pressuring Sam. They're telling Sam, look, we think, we don't know. We think those two guys at that table are gay. And if you don't go kick them out of this bar for no reason other than that they're gay, we are leaving and never coming back.
And I like how those two characters are going to continue on with the show.
Yes, that's what it would be. The homophobic Cheers.
See, that's what they should call the show.
Yeah, homophobic. That was going to be
maybe
the
when they
next
bring
season.
it back for the
reunion?
reboot.
The reboot, yeah. No, so
Three
Sam goes
cheers for homophobia.
Oh, good God.
They're all still alive, right?
No.
Who's dead?
Kirstie Alley, Coach.
Oh, yeah, she is dead. Well, Coach, we expect.
They can replace Kirstie Alley with the original lady from the show.
Yeah.
Shelley Long.
Yeah,
Shelley
she can
Long,
still
bring
do
her
it.
back.
I think she might have gone crazy. We need to know
Even
Shelley
better.
Duvall.
She'd be perfect for
Yeah,
homophobic
she,
Cheers.
She needs the work. She's hurting probably. So yeah, donate to the fundraiser to bring back Cheers. So we're gonna, but only if it's really homophobic and problematic.
Oh, Jesus.
That was what I wanted for the bringing back King of the Hill. Is that they had to be like hyper transphobic, or really like pro trans. My pitch was very misleading.
We love all orientations. I just like seeing the problematic fiction.
Right? This is a great time for like little trolly thoughts.
I don't want reality to reflect that. I don't want that to be the real world. I just want to see the fiction where people are acting like fucking idiots.
You just want to snicker at memes.
Yeah. But memes have a way of making their way into reality. It becomes a problem.
Yeah.
Like elections.
Yeah. No, elections are going great. Everything's looking real good.
This next one's going to be just fine.
Didn't they just have to shuffle Biden away because he was doing something stupid during a press conference, and his aides kind of came up, and I just saw the headline today. I have not read the story, but apparently it got awkward, and somebody had to come up and go, okay, we're going to go to bed now. We're leaving.
Man, him and Mitch McConnell are too fucking old.
Yeah.
It's getting scary.
Like they
It
both
is.
got like serious mental decline, and it's
Dude.
like it's not good that we're forcing
No.
them to continue to work.
As much as I hate Mitch McConnell, dude, this is sad. I pity him at this point. And the vultures that are propping him up and telling him you can't spend the last 9 seconds of your life in bed with your family.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
need him. So his advisors like are making all the decisions, and they're just shuffling him
Yeah,
around.
he has no idea where he is.
But they need his face in order to do this stuff. It's easier for them to, because they know they can never get elected into office. So it's better to just have this puppet, this flesh puppet.
It's fucked up. It's fucked up. Speaking of fucked up, that's actually not a good segue, but I needed to move on to the next
Great
thing.
band.
You know what? Yeah, we did talk about fucked up before, and this involuntarily kind of became our rock and roll episode because we got a lot of rock and roll stuff to cover. And I guess let's just start with this. In fairness, I mainly just want to play that song. I just want to play the New York song. I don't really care all that much.
Yeah, who
but,
fucked up?
You. You fucked up on this one.
No, I didn't.
Well, I guess it's just sort of a factual thing that I want to clarify. I guess it's our Rollins report, our Henry Rollins report that we do every episode. It seems. Last episode we talked a little bit about the couple of shows that Mike saw for Henry Rollins, the Rollins Band, in 2002, I believe it was. And Mike said that he believed that those were the final Rollins Band's shows, the final time that he performed live. Not even close. Not even close. According to Setlist FM, they played another 49 shows through 2003, including another trip to Chicago to do a set of Black Flag songs before they disbanded. And then 3 years
all that.
And they missed all that. And then 3 years later, in I believe 2006, he reformed the earlier iteration of the band, played some shows, then went on indefinite hiatus. So those weren't even the last Chicago shows, and that was also just that 4-year lineup. Not that it wasn't great. Those shows were recorded for that live album. The only way to know for sure, it's a fantastic album, but that was not by any stretch his final live performances.
I wonder why I thought that.
I don't know. I'm really surprised. I don't know why you had that locked in, but yeah. So still great. Still go dig up that album. Go to your local Barnes and Noble and see if you can find that 2-disc set, because it ain't streaming anywhere that I see.
Or go pirate it from the internet.
Yeah. I mean, when something
just
like
rip
that,
it from YouTube.
when it's so hard to find, like,
Use one of those MP3 to those YouTube to MP3 websites and just rip it.
yeah, all those great safe websites that you can use and enjoy. So that's all that. Whatever. I don't really care. I just like playing the song. But mainly, the real reason this is the Big Rock Show is we're going to talk about listening to each other's music a little bit. Mm-hmm. Shée, did you listen to fucking Corpse Paint Rohypnol, whatever the fuck her name was? You didn't listen to that. Okay.
No.
So Mike is a big fan of God. What is her actual name?
Fleshgod Apocalypse.
Fleshgod Apocalypse, Italian prog metal band. I don't know. Death metal, doom metal.
It's a lot of things.
It's a lot of things. Shée did not listen to that.
I listened to Electric Callboy
Okay.
and the new Olivia Rodrigo.
They had to change their name to Electric Callboy because their first name was really racist.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were the Eskimo Callboys.
Wow. Yeah. Well,
I think they're like from like Europe, so they just don't have that like.
yeah, it's just out of step. It's not.
I think they were just in Europe and they were like, yeah, that sounds cool. And they get to America and they were like, racism. They're like, ah, shit.
No. It's just ignorant. It's just ignorant. That's
I
okay.
don't know where they're from. I just assume they were from like Norway or something.
Yeah. The other half of this is Mike went and listened to a Radiohead album, right? His first time. And so I think, how about we do half the comic book, then we take a little intermission to talk about what we thought about these respective albums, and then we'll finish up the book. How's that sound?
Okay.
Okay?
Sure.
Well, sounds like you are sitting on a grenade.
Nope.
Okay.
I mean, always. I mean, I have a belt of grenades, and I just pull all the pins immediately.
Yeah, and somehow you replenish it every every episode. I don't know where that's coming from. It's a lot of grenades.
My spike towards God. That's where they come from.
So we realized that we had never done, in the almost 250 episodes of the show, we'd never done a book starting with a Y or with a Z. So we picked a Z.
Well, God did.
I was going to say, no, the wheel picked a Z.
Yeah, Merlin made
Banished
it available to us.
all Ys forever.
Merklin.
No, they are on the. We'll talk about that when we
never
get to the wheel.
do a Y book.
No,
ever,
dude. When one of those Young Love comics comes up, you are gonna thank me. Oh my goodness. We'll talk about that when the wheel comes up at the end of the episode there. But yeah, so what came up was Zatanna issue 1 from her first miniseries in 1993. It's a story called Come Together, and this is chapter 1. Art is by Esteban Morado, written by Lee Mars. I did find out a little bit about Lee Mars. I was not familiar with her. It turns out that Wiki says she was one of the first female underground comics creators. She's best known for her comic book series, The Further Fattening Adventures of Pudge Girl Blimp.
Awesome.
In the 70s, about an overweight
put down the wheel.
Put on the wheel. It's about an overweight 17-year-old girl named Pudge who hitchhikes to San Francisco at the height of the counterculture movement with the goal of losing her virginity.
All right.
That sounds like legitimately good. That sounds like a good book.
Yeah.
Sounds like an indie movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm surprised it hasn't been adapted.
Even calling it Pudge would be a great.
Yeah. This is
just
shorthand.
Pudge.
Just Pudge.
Yeah. Yeah,
like
just
Precious.
Pudge,
yeah.
Yeah, that'll be made by what's that name of
It's a family
prominent
production.
Indie movie.
Oh, that'd be P.T. Anderson, or who's the other guy, or Tata what's your face?
Who's that fucking Steve Zissou guy?
Steve Isuzu from the
No,
old
what's the name?
Wes
No,
Anderson.
Wes Anderson. Yeah, Wes Anderson can make that.
Oh, I was saying
Piece of
PT.
shit.
I was saying PT. Oh yeah, yeah. What does Wes Anderson do?
He does all the quirky.
Royal Tannenbaums.
Yeah,
Oh.
bombs. He just made a new one
No, no,
called
no.
Steve
Asteroid City.
Zuzu.
I sometimes get him confused with PT Anderson, whom I actually like better, because he did Inherent Vice.
Or
I think Paul Thomas Anderson and P.T. Anderson are two different directors.
Nah.
No.
Look up who
are you
directed.
talking about?
What's the werewolf movie? Fucking the series from the early 2000s.
If you search PT Anderson, it comes up Paul Thomas Anderson.
Okay.
So I don't know what you're talking about. He did Magnolia,
He
There
made,
Will Be Blood,
There Will Be
Licorice
Blood,
Pizza.
which is one of my favorite movies.
Oh yeah,
Look at
that's
this
great. Try
filmography.
Paul Anderson.
And Magnolia is another one of my favorite movies.
Dude, but Inherent Vice, There Will Be Blood, The Master,
And The
Boogie
Master
Nights.
is also a movie I like a lot.
Dude, what a fucking filmography. There is
I
a
don't
guy
like
named
I don't like Boogie Nights too much, not because it's
No?
bad, because it's a sad movie.
but Heather Graham. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
what
but
a
her
beautiful
life's
woman.
terrible. It's hard. I can't get a boner for how good she looks,
Listen.
knowing how unhappy she is.
Fair.
I'm only watching about 3 selective minutes of that movie. Okay.
That's good. You
Three.
see Mark Wahlberg's penis at the end.
I think it was a prosthetic though.
It
Oh,
was.
come on. Why would he give up an opportunity to show his dick to the world?
I don't know. Why didn't
Doesn't
he stop
he now
that
talk
plane
about
on
like
9/11?
regretting doing it because he's only doing like Catholic shit and
I would show my penis and then tell everyone it was a prosthetic.
There is a Paul Anderson, but he's just some guy.
yeah,
He's in Peaky
I'm
Blinders.
looking it
I
up
don't think
now.
it's the same guy. I don't care about this. I care about Zatanna. How did we get down to this? Point
Zatanna's
is,
a popular character.
not popular enough. Not enough
I
people
always
know
see
about
Zatanna in all the various cartoons.
Well, for those of you who don't know Zatanna, she's a magician. She's the daughter of a magician. Her whole thing is that she casts her spells by speaking backwards, which is, I think it's called logomancy. Yeah, that's kind of fun. And she's often tangled in this or that drama. And this miniseries, she's wearing a smart pantsuit.
She looks like she's dressed as Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
I always thought that Zatanna and her dad, Zatara, were just like stage magicians who used their skills to trick people.
No.
I didn't know they were real wizards.
So in the DC Omniverse, magicians are actually a race, Homo Magi. And she's half magician,
me.
and she's a freak. Yeah.
It's me. I'm a homo magi.
I am thinking of Paul W.S. Anderson.
What did he do?
Okay.
He directed the Resident Evil movies and is married to
movies are
Mila
fun.
Jovovich.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
sure she's cool. She does a really cool movie about alien abductions that are it's pretty scary.
I was going to say, if you are a Homo Magi, stay away from that bar Cheers. They don't want
Yeah,
your kind.
right?
They want
They're
nothing
gonna
to do
kick
with
you out.
They want nothing
Those
to do with
muggles.
you. They want 80-year-old George Wendt. So yeah,
He
Oh
was
shit,
30.
he directed Mortal Kombat.
Oh, that first one's fun.
yeah, they're great. I think he was supposed to be like 34, 35, but in fairness, like he was an alcoholic. He was an overweight alcoholic. Of course, he looked 60.
And everyone in the 80s just naturally looked like they were middle-aged.
Dude, it's so weird. Because I am middle-aged, but I don't look like how middle-aged people looked. It's not that. It's just that my voice is still youthful. I still can like move around. I remember like 40-year-olds being broken down old men.
Because everyone was smoking instead of donating to autism research.
Right. Is that why I'm feeling so good about myself?
Honestly,
Yes.
seriously, a lifetime of not smoking, or at least not regularly smoking, I'm sure that is you're reaping the benefits of that
I've
right
never had a cigarette.
now. Oh, really? Good. You shouldn't. It's fucking awful.
Never,
yeah,
because I grew up taking child speed, like from 8 to high school, and then when my friends got into smoking, I asked them, "Does this get you high?" And they were like, "Well, no, not really." And that just blew my mind because I've been doing drugs since I was a child.
yeah, you call them normies, and then
Like, why
pop
would you
the-
do something that harms
pop the
you
couple pills?
if you don't get high from it?
It is so weird that you're smoking. First of all, nobody likes a cigarette when they smoke it. The first time you smoke a cigarette, you don't enjoy it at all. And you
Then
force
why
yourself.
have more?
I don't know, man. This is what I'm saying. It makes no sense to me. Stop
It's like
smoking.
beer, like shitty ass beer. It's like oh, it tastes terrible, but you keep drinking it.
I'm gonna
though.
keep at it until I start to like it. What are you doing?
Yeah, why would you do that? It's not like running, which is James is doing to raise money for autism research.
I hated running and I kept doing it until I kept doing it until I liked it. To be
You
honest,
still
with
hate
you.
it?
No ish. I don't know. I certainly like it a lot better. I may be addicted to it, which is not related to whether or not you like or hate something. You'd be addicted to something
you're
you
done,
hate.
when you do the race, will you continue running, or are you just going to be like cold turkey to stop?
I will definitely keep running. I don't know how much. I might do more marathons, but I definitely will. It definitely will be a regular part of my fitness regime going forward for sure.
Look at you growing as a person.
Yeah,
And he's going to treat himself to curly fries.
Dude, after the marathon, the rest of that day, anything goes. Anything you want to inject in my body, fucking grease and fat, and put it in.
Oh,
You're going to vomit.
Oh, really?
I might vomit. Yeah,
That sounds interesting.
I'm just like Superboy sucking that serum out of the fucking vial there. Just whatever.
I'm bald like Lex Luthor.
Yeah,
Huh?
I don't even want to know what it is.
James, are you the reason that Mike is bald?
Yeah, he is. I had hair when I met him.
Yeah, it was beautiful, luscious hair. I said, we'll
Did
see
you?
about that.
I had more of
maybe
it.
a little of it. Yeah. I honestly don't remember too well.
Mike, I honestly can't picture you with hair.
I know, it's weird, right? I sort of remember what it was like. I've been like shaving my head since I was like in my 20s, so I really don't remember. But in high school, I had really long hair.
Yeah, that was the time to have long hair for sure.
I was a teenage dirtbag.
Speaking
You know
of
what?
Great
Just
rock and
like
roll
that
classics.
song.
Classic, one of the best songs.
I liked Iron Maiden.
Yeah, well, that's not surprising at all. Long-haired dude in Iron Maiden for sure.
Right? Total scumbag.
So that's Zatanna, I guess.
Who likes Iron Maiden?
Probably.
I bet she really likes Stevie Nicks.
Do you like the traditionally, and we don't see it here, but traditionally Zatanna has like a top hat and tails and sexy fishnets.
Mm-hmm. Not here though. This is the Kung Fu Wonder Woman version.
Woke Zatanna. Do you guys like the fishnets? I gotta admit, I like the fishnets.
I liked both her outfits, both her costumes. She looked good in that, and she looked cool in her magic jumpsuit here on the cover, which you don't see her wear in the book.
She does not wear it in the book. No,
She just wears normal 90s like rich lady clothes.
Well, I don't think she's wearing a magic jumpsuit. I think she's just wearing like a power suit.
Hell yeah, speed suit.
she looks great.
Again,
She's
like Pee Wee Herman.
I'm thinking of I'm getting to an age now where I'm gonna start wearing like tracksuits. Like
good.
You know?
Join the mafia.
Yeah, I'm gonna start looking like that because like I already got like my head's shaved. I'm super white. I'm like I'm not like Jack, but I'm a big boy, and like so like it makes sense that I would start dressing like that.
Yeah.
Maybe I can get one of those newspaper boy hats.
I'm gonna donate to that fundraiser. No, I like Zatanna a lot. On the one hand, there's nothing sexier than a woman with a job. On the other hand, that job is magician. Mm-hmm. So it's a little dicey. You guys remember Criss Angel?
Yeah, I sure do.
Yes.
Did you guys
The mind
know?
freak.
I was looking this up. I meant to put this on soundboard, but I'll just pull it up on YouTube. Did you know that Criss Angel recorded a song with Korn
Oh, great.
called "Mind Freak," and they've got a little clip of it here. It's only a few seconds.
No.
You gotta hear. I think you gotta hear this.
Oh
I think
no.
you gotta hear this. I think you gotta hear it. You guys can hear this, all right?
Yeah, unfortunately, I can.
Okay. Here we go. Listen to this. It's on YouTube.
That's enough. That's
Nope,
enough.
nope.
That's enough.
There's no reality or something.
Oh God, I'm tapping, James. I'm tapping.
All right.
Like,
All
this,
right. All right.
this is the
All right.
worst.
All right.
Fucking
People are
early
enjoying
2000s fucking ass rock. Fuck this shit.
All right. That's going on the soundboard for sure.
Man, high
Seeing
school,
how-
my friends started listening to like Slipknot and Korn. I just wanted to go deaf.
Oh, yeah. That
I
was bad.
hated that fucking Hot Topic goth metal shit
Yeah.
that there's like 50,000 of those bands and they all sucked.
I had a buddy. I might have even told this on the show before, but I had a buddy at the time who was going to give me his breadsticks. That was the coveted thing at lunch. Is you got the Little Caesars breadsticks. And he was going to give me the breadsticks if I would just tell him that Korn was a good band. And I agonized over it because I wanted those breadsticks so badly, but I just could not do it.
Right.
I just couldn't.
Aren't you glad you held out? Now you can just
I
go
know.
get your own breadsticks,
Yeah.
breadsticks as a man, and you never said Korn was a good band, which would be like the worst thing you could say out loud.
It changed my entire life, and now I have the money. Because of that decision making, my life went better, and now I have the money to buy my own breadsticks.
I think you would have been cursed if you said
Yes.
that. Like you would have started wearing like Janko jeans and had shitty dreadlocks.
Was
Dude,
Korn the
there's-
band where like the bassist found God and
Monkey?
That was
Peaced out.
all the new metal bands,
Yeah,
Shée.
they
All the
all
bass
did.
players found God.
POD and yeah.
well, POD was already a Christian band.
Yeah,
No, I
that's
bet they
true.
weren't. I bet
No,
I bet
they
so- I
are.
bet someone at lunch was forced to say they were a good band. And they found God and they had a hit single.
They have a song called "Abortion Is Murder."
All right. Well, I mean that's pretty metal.
Yeah. It seems like something that maybe our fucking band, fucking Youngblood Liefeld, whatever that we're listening to later, might have written.
Wait, we have to listen?
Yeah, we're gonna. Oh, I've got some clips of corpse paint, blood apocalypse boys. The apocalypse boys. Yeah, I got a little
See,
bit of that.
James is trying to like get a reaction out of me, but luckily for me, I don't care.
Yeah. No. You might be surprised. You might be surprised. Okay, so we should get into this comic book, and yeah, we did kill a half hour before we got into the comic book. Look at that, we did it.
So, like in this book, like Zatanna's magical powers are manifested by magic words. Like it's basically just her talking backwards.
Yeah.
So, like that is exactly what would have happened if you said Korn was good at lunch. You would have said that out, and you said that out loud and put that out in the universe, and they would still be a popular group today. You saved us from more
wow.
Korn records, and I can't thank you enough from not because as a child, like you'd think like I don't care, I'll lie and get breadsticks, and I
Yeah.
really appreciate that you didn't
Yeah.
do
Had
that.
a lot of integrity. Yeah, it was my sense
Butterfly
of right and
effect
wrong.
here, James. You
Yeah.
saved us.
Well,
That's
that
right.
was- that
You're
was
the
the-
Ashton Kutcher of this show.
Oh no, problematic. Canceled. You can't like.
Why?
Ashton
What did
Kutcher
he
now.
do? I thought he had
Oh.
that. He had that charity that like
Oh, well, first of
saved
all,
kids that were
well,
being molested
okay.
by Harvey Weinstein.
First of all, if you look into that, and I only cursory glanced it, but apparently that whole thing was a scam. Apparently that is a very questionable. But moreover, here's what's going on. What? What, Shée?
What it does is it like essentially scans the internet for advertisements, but it doesn't pull out the like fine legal sex work at all. So all it is turning in every sex worker that
And
it
it ends up
finds.
punishing legitimate just sex workers who are maybe being safe and.
I thought it was because he was a child actor and he
No,
like was
dude.
he saw what happened and he was so mortified
Maybe.
that as an adult he created a group that would rescue
I mean,
these
a
I
children.
doubt he
lot,
created
a lot
it.
of stuff has started out with good intentions and then been corrupted by the time it.
No, I think what happens is you hire a PR firm and you tell the PR firm that you want to be associated with something, and they come up with a charity to make you look
what
good.
a bummer.
But here's how it gets even worse. Here is what he's in trouble for now is because his that '70s show star co-star Danny Masterson turned out to be a rapist. And
What?
He turned out to be multiple rapists.
What?
So
The guy who played Hyde?
Yeah, and drugging
No!
women.
Hang on. So the judge convicted him on 2 counts of rape,
Plus the drugging.
plus the drug. Yeah, I don't know all the details, but point is they gave him 2 15-year sentences, so he's going to jail for 30 years.
God.
So what did Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis do? Is they wrote letters to the judge, assuming the public would never find out about this, writing letters to the judge asking them not to give him any jail time.
All right.
Or to give him leniency.
All right. So
Whatever.
I all right. I unfortunately have to defend them. On
Oh,
this.
great.
I have to. Like they pretty much grew up with this guy, right?
Okay.
Like how you're supposed to be loyal to your friends, right? You're supposed to be. No matter
I'm not,
what.
I would say no matter most things, not no matter what.
I mean,
this was a line.
yeah, you're right. This is, but I can see why they felt compelled. Like this is their best friend.
I mean, a lot of the other stuff too, like Mila Kunis's letter kept mentioning about like how he helped keep her drug free, but it's like because he's a Scientologist.
Oh, no wonder he got away with it for so long.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
you know.
So are they involved in this too? Scientology? Are they going to be on the hook for this?
Well, I mean, nothing's going to happen to
I'm
him.
guessing
but
he
they might be.
used that Scientology Secret Service thing they got going on to protect him.
I guess my other issue with it is if you want to defend a scumbag, all right, fine. but they did it surreptitiously. They didn't want the public to find out about it. And when the public found out, Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis recorded an hilarious quote unquote apology video where it's clear. It's like, oh, you're just sad you got busted. That's all it is. Like,
I mean, they could have explained
convictions.
themselves and said, like, we felt compelled to help someone who we consider family.
Not really. So
because that's
fuck those
understandable,
guys.
right? Lots of people go to prison for murder and whatnot. Their family doesn't abandon them.
I think they said that they were asked by his family to do it.
Oh, so now they're throwing them under the bus.
Yeah, seriously, fuck all these people. Fuck all of these people.
And they weren't the only ones that wrote letters either.
I wanted Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis to be like cool people in real life.
Nah,
yeah,
they're not cool.
I wanted them to be like nice.
All right. Page 1. We're getting into this. We've got a lot to do. So Zatanna is running through the forest or some sort of mythical area, and she's the ghost of her mother is begging her to save her, right?
Mm-hmm. Who's very hot.
She is looking good, and her
Everyone
mother
in this book looks good.
Her mother is the pure blood Homo Magi, where her father Zatanna is actually, I believe, just a human who learned some magic shit, and so that's why she's like a half magic person.
All right.
So
he
anyway,
married up.
Yeah, he did.
Well, she was slumming.
Speaking of marrying up, we'll get to. There's a scene coming up about that. So it turns out that this is all a dream, and it turns out that Zatanna hasn't been sleeping well because she's me. Right? Can't get a good night's sleep.
Well, why she's anyone worried about their lives.
Yes, worried about all the horrible things that are happening.
In her dream, she runs into John Constantine.
Yeah. So we get a little
Constantine.
Constantine. Yeah, a little.
I read
Constantine
somewhere
cameo.
that the original writer meant for it to be Constantine.
That'd be Alan Moore.
Alan Moore. That doesn't make any sense though, because calling him Constantine would, make sense.
It does make sense, but I mean, when he's in live action, I think he's generally been Constantine, but I don't know. We'll see.
Sounds
Is it a British thing?
I don't know.
I bet Alan Moore. I bet he said that way after the fact, just to be contrarian.
Yeah, he does like to piss
If
people
I
off.
created a comic book character, I would be silent about it for 40 years, and then when it becomes like a movie or TV show, I'd be like, it's Constantine, actually.
Yeah, then be super pissy about it and throw a big
Yeah, and
fit
then be
about it.
pissy about it, but really just kind of giggling to myself.
Don't really
It
care.
actually
yeah.
is Darkseid's couch.
Yeah. But we're not going to tell you that until episode 300. No. I've long said that Alan Moore, as long as you don't talk to him about comic books, he's probably a very pleasant, nice man. Just
He's
don't
a
bring up
wizard,
comics.
too.
He's a wizard too.
Yeah.
He'd be the one to ask.
Yeah.
So yeah, she wakes up and she's having issues with this. She's having visions. She's thinking about Constantine, and she's just kind of
She's
Constantly.
thinking about. You beat me to
Whoa,
it. You
yeah.
beat me. I had the same joke.
Yeah, very nice, very nice. I did not think of that joke. Sorry.
Like we were gonna say it at the exact same time. Shit.
Nice.
So Zatanna is upset because she's having these nightmares. Something seems like it's gathering.
Yeah, but she
right?
calls her cat a fat piece of shit. Not the first time she fat shames someone in this book.
No, really? Does that happen a couple times?
Yeah, it does.
Oh wow, I guess that's
First her
slipped right by
cat,
me.
and then someone else that later on that we'll see.
All right, well, I'm excited. I'm gonna stick around for this. I was gonna leave halfway through, but fuck.
No, stick around for the fat shaming.
Yeah.
Like, was it Pudgy, the movie that we're gonna make with
Yeah, we're gonna
Paul Thomas Anderson?
fat shaming the movie. Canceled the movie, more like it.
I'm waiting for some like right wing like production company to make a movie called Canceled, and it's like some guy
dude.
who says the truth.
Anytime anyone puts like truth or something in the title of their movie or the TV show or their political campaign, the No Bull Express or whatever, that person's lying.
Man,
Nobody
I
needs to
saw
put
a
that
little bit of that Joe Biden Son movie that the right wing production company made.
Yeah.
I thought that was going to be like a psychedelic nightmare of a movie, and it was such a letdown.
Oh.
I thought it was going to be hilarious, and they didn't lean into it enough. Like I can see they kind of did, but they didn't go way hard enough. They wanted to
couldn't find
push
enough.
their message.
Couldn't find enough material. God damn
Like,
it.
come on, make it super crazy.
I mean, if you're gonna go in, go all in. Push all them chips in.
Right? Why pull back? You're an independent company making a hate movie.
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
fucking go all in.
The people you're aiming at are going to agree with anything you say.
Oh
Like,
my
it
God!
doesn't
Make
matter.
Joe Biden a lizard. You know?
All right.
I should start a right-wing production company and make movies with a bunch of scabs because of that.
Is this what Phantom Lady Productions has become?
Yeah, it's going to be a scab outfit.
It's turning hard right. Yeah, and it's scabbing left and right. I'll be in it. I don't care.
Right? Who cares? I'm not
my SAG
in
card.
SAG.
Yeah, what do I care? So anyway, so Zatanna apparently now she's working. I think she's working as like a talent agent for magicians and entertainers. I think is what's going on now.
I think she works for a record company because she's like hanging out with this kid who's like a rapper, and she's like signed him to some deal. I'm not too sure what she does actually.
It's not clear, but we do know as she's walking to work, she can kind of see through the normal realm, and she can kind of see like the monster realm.
Maybe she's like a manager.
Yeah, she's something. Well, she's trying to manage.
Or an
She's trying
agent.
to manage all her visions that she's seeing.
Yeah, she's seen a bunch of squiggly goobers.
Yeah, look at them goobers. Yeah, they're just kind of walking around and she can see them and they're interacting with people and like smacking them around and everything, but the people don't feel it, they don't experience it, but Zatanna can see it all going on.
She can see them being constantly molested by these strange creatures.
Yeah.
She can see their true selves. Well, I mean, in fairness, if you're from another dimension and you wouldn't think, you're not going to respect the autonomy of these creatures.
I don't now.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, I'll just cop a feel if I think it's appropriate. If I caught a vibe.
I definitely don't respect people's like emotional well-being around me.
You're gonna not Danny Masterson. Is it Danny Masterson? What's this dude's name? Who's going to prison forever?
I don't know. Wasn't his brother in Malcolm in the Middle?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
And yes.
What did he do? Is he a Scientologist too that molests people?
probably.
I'll be honest, I don't know. I don't know if if the Mastersons are all Scientologists.
So if
or
he
not.
wrote a letter to keep his brother out of prison, like I'd be like, yeah, of course, you have to. Do that.
Maybe his brother. Maybe, but still, I don't know, man. There's a certain point where you have to go. You know what? You fucked up real bad, and you need to go away. We can't have you in society.
James, I don't know what you'd have to do for me to like turn my back to you. I really don't know. They would have to be something stellar.
Yeah, I don't think I've done anything too horrendous.
I'm trying to think
in
of
my
all
life.
the things you would do that'd be considered terrible that I wouldn't be secretly proud of you about.
What's the worst thing that you can conceive of me doing?
Not
like,
a whole lot.
legitimately.
Not a whole lot.
Weird sex stuff, probably.
No.
No,
Not really.
I'm not talking about like dangerous or unlawful sex stuff.
Like whatever kink you have, James, I'm sure you're still vanilla about it.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if I should be offended by that or not. I feel like I should be.
I'm just saying, like you got some kinks, but you're still keeping it normal,
Well, I keep it in check. I keep things in the right boxes.
right? You
They
can't
go
let things
where they're
get out of
supposed
those
to go.
boxes.
So you gotta keep things in the right boxes.
Yep.
All right. Shée, what's the worst thing you can imagine me doing? All right.
beating someone up.
Oh, I've gotten in fights before. I've had fights as a kid.
I can't see James taking it too far.
I see myself in my head taking it too far, but
I think you would get to a point where like I won the fight.
Yeah, that would be the honorable thing to do.
But I
wouldn't
could
it
see
be?
you punching like a teenager in the face.
Oh yeah, fuck them
Oh, okay.
teenagers.
Okay.
That's
You know
not taking
what?
anything too far. It's called punching out a jerk.
You know what, Shée? I that's one of the nicest compliments I've ever gotten, honestly. To think that the worst thing, the most amoral thing I could do is to punch a teenager who probably deserved it.
I was in a fight once, and I managed to get the guy to quit because I had him in a chokehold, and I was on
Nice.
top of him. So I was like, give up, I won, give up. And he like tapped, and as soon as I let him go, though, he started chasing me around again, and I was like, hey, you said I won.
Dude, it's done. Tap out, man.
Like,
Did
you
you ever
lost. The fight's over.
Did you guys ever hear that story about the time that Steven Seagal bet his stunt choreographer that he couldn't get him a chokehold, and then he
Yes.
did it? And
Oh,
he
that was
choked-
Gene LaBelle.
I was
Was
about
that
to
Gene
say.
LaBelle? Okay, and
yeah,
Gene
that was
LaBelle
Gene LaBelle.
got him in such a
Gene LaBelle made him shit his pants.
such a vicious chokehold that he shit his pants.
Well, he passed
Fucking-
out and shit his pants.
Fucking fantastic.
If Gene LaBelle was young, and if he had like a 20-year-old's body, and he was in the UFC now, I think he would mow them all down.
Wow. Yeah, we
He's
gotta
one of
keep
them
him on there.
old school fucking like MMA street fighters, like one of the originals.
All right. So anyway, back to Zatanna. So she goes into the office, and we also encounter this other guy who first of all, she's dealing with this rapper named Too Short. There's a real rapper named Too Short. So I don't understand what was going on there. And he's been around since the 80s. So I don't understand why they're just taking that name.
Maybe
But all
it's
right.
Does he have a
Same
rat
T-shirt.
tail?
That's a different guy. That's Joshua with the rat tail.
Is that a rat tail? It looks like it looks like a plastic thing that he has attached to his hair. Cause like the little hair,
it's got a little
part
plastic
through
thing
the
in there.
it looks like a plastic.
Looks like a
hook.
kazoo. He put a
kazoo
hair through a kazoo.
Yes.
That's a different guy. That's not Too Short. Too Short is the guy who just owned his status as a rap king. He took the reason women gave him for not dating him and made it his rap name. I gotta respect that. But that's a different guy.
Original red pills.
Original, yeah, red pill and hard. But
What do you call that? What's not red pill? What's the word I'm looking for?
Be black pill.
Black pill.
No. When you're like,
Incel?
no, incel. Thank you.
Oh yeah, he's a little incelly. Yeah.
Man, why did I forget what that was called?
Why indeed? A little too far away from the incels. But it doesn't matter because we're not going to see Too Short again. Because instead, this other dude, Joshua, comes in. And this, what?
Two shortigans.
Too Shortigans. All right, fun. Having fun. This show's all about having fun. It's all about having a good time.
So, like, Josh, like, knocks over this guy who had just way too many, like, video games.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. He's maybe selling bootleg VHS tapes or something. I don't know what he's doing.
And Zatanna just starts juggling him.
So Zatanna is using her magic in really benign ways. She doesn't want to like get into the mystical realm and do serious magic. So she's kind of being a normal person, just doing little parlor tricks with her magic from time to
because
time.
they know she's a magician.
Yeah.
So she can't just be like nothing.
One of the DVDs is the 1989 Batman movie.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Well, it says Batman and it's 1990.
Yeah, and there's Prince right next to it, who did the soundtrack to the Batman movie.
Yeah.
Could be a little something.
I see what you're doing, writer of the comic.
Lee Mars. So Joshua is the daughter of a woman that Zatanna hangs out with, and I believe Joshua had a crush on Zatanna growing up, and he's very clumsily trying to act on that now.
So you mean son?
Oh, did I say daughter? I'm sorry. Yeah, Joshua is the son, as far as I know. Right?
Right.
I'm not going to presume anything.
Although he's got some Zubas on.
He's got terrific Zubas. He's got a teal, coat on. He's got a blazer, and he's got his hair in a kazoo.
I'll take that over Hot Topic Jenko jeans.
Yeah, that look should have stuck around.
With the black garbage bag pants.
Well,
good Lord.
Joshua also looks like he rolled his ankle. That's going to hurt. It's going to swell right up.
Right.
But yeah, he invites her out to see his band, and she doesn't want to come because who wants to do that?
No one. Over 30? Nobody.
Fuck you. I don't need to see your band. Come back when you got a couple of hits under your belt. So Zatanna goes into the office, and turns out she works with Penn and Teller and all this stuff, and she's got a hot alt secretary who keeps all her files together for her. So things are going okay. She's a little stressed, but things are going okay.
She's in the mutant gang from The Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah, she's got the mohawk and everything. She's looking good. She's fine.
I'm trying to remember all the slang they had.
Like eyes slideways and listen tightly. That's a strong. I think Strongbad said that actually. my
they look alike.
My idol Strongbad. Yeah. But yeah, that all works. So then we see that Zatanna, she's got a lot going on. She's a little frazzled, and then we see she's gonna go see her boyfriend. And speaking of marrying up, her boyfriend is a ginger who's starting to pressure her to get married.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit. He sucks.
No, not to get married, to open up more. He
He's a bitch. Yeah, women love that. What a loser.
Step one. He says it's not like I'm pressing you to marry me or anything. And then he
He's the
kind of
woman
trails
in
off.
this relationship.
Well, in fairness,
What are we? What a weak bitch. That's why she doesn't want to open up to you, because you're a weak bitch.
She's a strong woman. She really doesn't have time for this kind of
Right?
thing.
You're her little doggy. Woof, woof, woof.
I mean, I give him some credit because he's a ginger dude, and he knows he's playing way above his league, and he's trying to lock that in.
Right. That's never going to happen.
It's never going to happen, but
I also love that later in the comic they explicitly call him boring.
Yeah, he's a boring
fuck this
piece
guy.
of shit, and he sucks.
Fuck him. Yeah.
And he's got like a weird mullet where it's just like the very, 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 very back has the hair long, while the rest of his hair is like cut
he couldn't
normally.
grow out a proper mullet.
Dude, it's like a rat tail. She's dating a fucking ginger with a rat tail.
Does everyone have a rat tail?
Yes.
I bet the
Yes.
writer or the artist of this comic book had
Had
a rat tail. He was
tail.
trying to normalize it.
It's gonna come back. It's
I
gonna
bet if everyone here has a rat tail, then people will stop making fun of my rat tail.
because the things people see in comic books always become cool in real life.
Bro, Zatanna. They drew Zatanna to be fucking kick-ass looking.
Zatanna is great. She's got like a triangular bob cut. It's really like short cut, really hard on the back.
She looks like she's trying to remodel Beetlejuice's house.
Yeah. She's got that sort of whatever her name was, not Lydia, the mom.
A combination of all the ladies in that.
You know what? Yeah. And she's got
movie.
she's got the nice she's got the shoulder pads because it was the early '90s.
Does that movie hold up? Is
I bet it does.
still good?
I
haven't seen it in a long time.
I bet it is. That sequel's coming out though. Sequel's coming out soon.
There's a sequel. Everyone is 60 now.
It's all.
Fucking Winona Ryder's too old to be in this movie. I can't imagine Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton's in his 70s.
But he's playing he's
playing a corpse man.
Yeah, but when he made it, he was a 20-year-old corpse man.
Yeah.
So Beetlejuice got fucking old.
Well, he's probably more desiccated. I don't know. Let's see what happens. It's like half shot. I think
don't need sequels.
Yeah, well, that's you're not thinking like a business executive.
When's fucking Edward Scissorhands 2 coming out?
They're the same movie. They're a crossover movie.
That's what they should do. It should be Beetlejuice versus Edward Scissorhands.
Oh man,
Timothy Chalamet is gonna play Edward Scissorhands in the movie.
Where the fuck is that movie? And throw RoboCop in there too. Fuck it.
Yeah, let's get everybody in there.
I think Timothy Chalamet should also play the younger version of RoboCop.
Yeah, get some gremlins.
RoboCop, he's a horse.
Get some gremlins in there. Everything. Do it up.
He's a police horse who got turned into dog food in the line of duty, and they rebuilt him.
People like to shit on the police a lot, but like that horse had to work really hard to get that job.
Right? He's the best horse.
He's the best hot cop and the best horse. All right. So anyway. So she rejects this guy. She wants to get out of here, and she pretends to care about him. She gives him a phony hug.
Yeah, right. Because he's a beta bitch.
Yeah,
I hate this guy so much.
Trying to get out of this. Desperately trying to get out. He put on his
because I'm envisioning the times as a ginger when I was hooking up way above my weight class.
What are we gonna do?
Like, I can see myself saying shit like that, trying to lock in this super hot girl as my girlfriend. I know damn well it's never gonna happen.
Well, if you get married, like this was back before America went to hell in a Democratic handbasket and you started handing out divorces like Tic Tacs. Am I right? Back in those days, you had to stay married. So when you locked it in, you locked it in.
Yeah.
So Zatanna leaves. And she's
of course
hanging
she
out.
does look at him.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
James, I have a real fast question.
Okay.
You said you have 4 pages of notes.
I'm almost to the end.
No. Oh, okay. I actually I was expecting you to say you're on the first page.
No.
I was just checking in.
Oh,
no. We covered a lot. I wanted to cover a lot earlier on because I knew that this would happen. This nonsense would happen. No. So then Zatanna is hanging out with Joshua's mom, who apparently is also a little bit of a witch or
no,
a
she's
magic
the
person.
head of their coven, which of course
that's
is
a witch.
just a D&D club.
Yes. Well, they have the best dices. Dices. There's no limit to the amount of sides.
Here's the part where she fat shames her. Like Zatanna's volunteering for a Habitat for Humanity thing, and Josh's mom, who's the head of the Witches Coven of San Francisco, she says that she's like building the house will help burn fat cells, and Zatanna's like, oh yeah, let's see your lunch, fatty.
Yeah, that's true. And she's not even fat. They like have almost the exact same body.
You think since Zatanna lives in San Francisco, you think she's like talking backwards to make all the human shit disappear?
I mean, is that within her power to just make all the poo go away?
I mean, if you say it backwards, right?
You know who could use that would be a lockjaw of the Inhumans, because he's pooping all over the moon.
All right, he could teleport it away, though.
He's covering the... Yeah, but he doesn't. He's
maybe
good, but he doesn't.
Maybe he teleports away to go to the bathroom,
so
he doesn't go on the moon.
That'd
So
be
what
very
you're saying is
considerate of him.
Zatanna is the lockjaw of the DC universe.
Yes.
So when they do those amalgam comics, like that's who Zatanna's combined with, fucking lockjaw the dog.
So she teleports her own poop away, and she won't teleport anyone else's poop away, though.
Right.
Everyone else has to deal with their own problems.
Right.
James, be an adult and call it shit.
Could she?
Poop's a funny word.
Hopefully, like with her job, she can afford to pay the rents in San Francisco.
Yeah, you know what? That's going to be through the roof. That's
what
why
she
has
does.
to work so much.
She uses her she talks backwards into reducing her rent.
Oh, wow. Man, take it easy on those landlords. Why are we attacking these landlords?
I'm not. I'm just,
Salt of the earth. Good
it's just
people.
an economic fact.
No,
How about we just like this? How are all these people affording these rents? How many millionaires are there?
I think a lot of it, honestly, people put it on credit. People are having their families help them out, and it's a lot of stretching that you shouldn't be doing.
We looked up already what the average income of the American is, right? And it was like 60 grand.
Yeah, something like that.
Like, so who's paying these rents?
Again, I think a lot of it, I think the people are making enough to pay the rent, but not anything else. And so they're putting everything else on credit cards, which means they're going to be bankrupt by the time they're 40.
I kind of wish we had a little bit more French in us, you know, where we would just like protest this shit and burn down buildings and upset about how, because they got mad when they wanted to raise the retirement age to 64.
Yeah, I don't care for this
What's
whole...
ours, 67?
I don't know, honestly. I honestly don't know. But
I think
yeah,
the retirement age in
periodically,
America is 67.
I think so.
We extend the average lifespan by like 4 months, and then everyone goes, well, why don't we kick retirement back 6 years? Like, what are you talking about?
That's pretty much what happened.
That's always the justification. It's like, well, we're living longer and healthier. Yeah, not that much longer. What are you doing?
The argument is that they had to increase it because people were living longer and it was a strain on the social security system.
Yeah, but with COVID, didn't they say that the life expectancy in America dropped?
Well, it doesn't in terms of how long you'll live. It's just that so many people died from COVID. It's just that reduced the average.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. This is the same thing as like people didn't actually live only to 30. It's just that so many young people died that it averaged it down.
Mm-hmm. Well, I also think that it's very easy to live whatever kind of lifestyle you want to live now. And we know how to be fit, and we can make those choices, and we know how to absolutely not be fit and make those choices. And so I think there's a sharp divide between people who are living longer because they made smart choices and people who are living shorter because they made poor choices and they didn't stop smoking. They didn't stop smoking and donate some money.
I've been smoking weed, though. Is that bad?
I mean, I kind of think it's probably I think everything but water is probably bad. Like, that's kind of the only... I think water is the only thing that you should really have.
I can't smoke those oil pens. I can't do it because they send me into like a psychedelic nightmare.
Shée can smoke anything and will.
Shay's tolerance is a lot better than mine.
Shée is the Snoop Dogg of this podcast, which is strange considering Mike's also on this podcast.
I don't really do a lot of drugs, surprisingly.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. You got to pick your poison. It's what it
Shée
is.
with the D-O-double-G.
I just take heroic doses and very infrequently.
Yes. No, listen, you got to do what you got to do, but you shouldn't be smoking and you shouldn't be drinking alcohol. That's all I'm saying.
I pretty much gave up that entirely. I can't even drink it without feeling sick to my stomach.
It's so fucking bad for you.
I thought it was good for you to drink like a glass of wine a day for your heart.
Oh, you know what? It turned out that all of those studies that said that were funded by Anheuser-Busch. Yeah, I'm not kidding. There's a New York Times article about it that came out maybe 2012 or something. Turned out that all of those were fucking bullshit. So stop forwarding those on Facebook. I don't want to see it anymore. They're bullshit.
That's like my mom telling me oh, well, it's not bad for me. It's fat free. And I'm like, Mom, you know, that was invented by the sugar industry.
Yeah, that was the scam in the 90s. The sugar industry said, how about we pretend like fat is the big problem? Fat wasn't the problem. It was always sugar.
I've gotten a lot leaner and a lot more defined looking by just cooking with butter, like real butter.
Yeah.
They always told me never to use that because it has a high fat content. I've been using that, man. I've been sleeping better. I've been like less groggy and tired.
Yeah, get rid of that sugar. Get that sugar. And what's interesting is there's actually a lot of good sugar alternatives that are way less bad for you, way less bad, and they taste like the same. I put Splenda in something, and it's like, dude, it tastes the same as the sugar.
You're killing me today, dude.
Yeah, I'm a little fired. Dude, having a headache through the entire show is apparently good for it. So.
Oh yeah, pain is good.
Pain is good. I'm gonna Rollins my way through the rest of this episode.
Yeah, dude. I grew up listening to Rollins Band and reading Conan the Barbarian books.
My love for Henry Rollins is reaching a dangerous peak lately.
Why? Because you're like a fitness stud now.
Because I'm getting into fitness,
and
nobody is more motivating.
You're in that Rollins mindset now.
Dude, I'm right there with them. We're seeing eye to eye.
Yep. Me too.
Ooh. All right. I think maybe we finish this scene, and then maybe we need to take our little breather and discuss rock and roll. Rock and roll.
Rock
So
and
yeah,
roll, Bobby.
they start building this Habitat for Humanity house. It's not called Habitat for Humanity, but it is. Whatever.
Yeah, because they're afraid they're going to be sued by Jimmy Carter. Why did
Yes.
they change it?
I don't know. I know they hired the local meth addict to take his
look how-
shirt off.
He looks great. Look how lean he is.
I think he is lean, but so are a lot of meth heads. And he also looks like he's about to slam his hand with that hammer.
He also has
It
like
looks
a
like his
almond-
name is Jebediah.
Yeah, I was just about to say he's got no mustache and that beard.
It's Jedediah, okay? So today, here's another tangent. I was at the convention center, McCormick Place in downtown Chicago, giant convention center, one of the biggest convention centers in the country. So all kinds of people there, and it's a fabrication convention, you know. And I saw 3 women who were Amish or Mennonites, you know, wearing very conservative clothing, walking together, like just walking through the thing, you know, in their conservative long dresses covered all up and everything. And I heard 2 goobers behind me talking about it and pointing them out, and they kept insisting that they were dressing that way for attention. They were dressing conservatively so that everyone would look at them and give them attention.
I'm going to guess these guys are morons.
Wow.
Yeah, and they were very angry about them. They were very
Oh,
much did not like these
moron
women.
was angry about things he didn't understand?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
checks.
Like, yeah, they're getting a lot of great attention that they've been looking for by dressing that way. Fucking idiots.
I tell you about dressing that way. I am hypnotized by James's shoulders.
Or are they going okay?
Bro.
Doing all right? Yeah,
Bro,
shrugs?
you're looking peeled.
Dude, after the marathon, I'm not going to look, I'm going to stay fit. I'm going to find new things to do to stay fit and do all that. But man, there is going to be a little bit of time where just no rules. Rules are out the window. I'm going to eat whatever. I'm going to be a fucking lump. It's going to be bad for a little window of time.
Do you guys want to have a party? We'll have a food party. The 3 of
Yeah,
us.
maybe
You
a
guys
food
want to?
party?
We'll order all of our favorite junk foods. We'll watch
man.
movies. You guys want to do that?
Yeah, maybe we should
Okay.
have a food party. Yeah.
Yeah, let's have a food party.
Let's take this offline. Yeah, no, I'd do that.
No, fuck that. We're going to stream it on Twitch.
Yeah, stream it
Yeah,
on Twitch.
honestly,
we'll eat junk
yeah.
food. And yeah,
On the
that sounds
camera.
fun.
Yeah, okay. All right. Sure.
Special episode of the podcast.
Yeah, right?
Special something, yeah.
We'll have those breadsticks that James sacrificed
Those
to
little
tell the truth
breadsticks.
about corn.
Fucking corn. Suck.
Fuck that band. Why
Yeah,
do
they
people
do
like
suck.
that?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think now they just like it out of nostalgia.
Like Slipknot, I can kind of understand. Like you got your fucking Midwest fucking white boy rage. Okay, all right, I get it. But corn,
All right. So they're building this house, and everybody turns their back. So Zatanna decides to use a little of her magic to get the work going a little faster, which is what Superman should be doing.
and she gets caught, and they burn her at the stake.
Yes.
I really want her shoes.
Dude, right?
Yeah.
She is, dude. Her outfit is pretty good. She's got her tool
Got
belt.
some fly kicks.
She's got like a fucking low neck purple shirt and
I
some jeans.
love Zatanna. She is fucking fantastic.
She's
She's
got
the
a
woman of
baseball
everyone's
hat.
dreams. No, she's great. She's great at everything.
is.
I love
Right?
Zatanna.
Right?
And I want
And
you
she
to love her
dates
too.
losers. You know,
Well, not for long.
So she like, you know, she's willing to
No.
lower herself to do that.
She gets-
that ginger muggle bitch.
She gets free dinners from losers. She goes out. She says, well, it's going to take an hour and a half out of my day, but that's $45 I don't have to spend.
You think J.K. Rowling paid $10 million to Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis to openly write that letter to take some of the heat off of her so she can make more Harry Potter books?
Wow. Yeah, I think she's pretty well set. She's got
Like, she's got like $1 billion, right?
Yeah,
I bet
she's
she
got
could
some
like,
Seinfeld money.
I bet she'll spare some money to pay these like two idiots, you know,
Yeah,
to
two
ruin their good
impressionable
name in order so that they take some of the
Yeah,
heat off
maybe.
of her. I mean, that's
Let's
a
just
good
say-
investment.
Let's just say that's true. Let's just say it's true. So
That'll be the plot to my right wing Phantom Lady movie.
yes. So Zatanna finishes this up, but as she's doing it, she's seeing that there's even more gathering demons, you know, that she can see.
Yeah,
in the
she
real
could see
world
the
that can weigh
gathering
in.
of the Juggalos.
Yes, and so she asks Joshua's mom, "Hey, you know, what's going on? You know, who should I talk to?" They have a discussion about men not passing the Bechdel test right here. You see, 2 women
Right.
talking about a man.
Right?
Not
She
cool.
well, she says like, Zatanna, I love you, but why are you dating that fucking loser?
Yeah, she does.
She's
say-
like, I don't know.
She does call her out, and she says the only reason you're dating him is because he's not like Constantine. So you realize Constantine is a problem, so you went to the other extreme, and you got this loser.
Yeah, you got this fucking beta bitch while Alpha John Constantine is fucking doing lines of coke off of some
Yeah.
lady's ass.
So they have a discussion about who they're going to talk to, and Zatanna realizes that this dude, his name is Tannarak, who's essentially her arch enemy. We can talk to him and figure out what's going on.
Tannarak sounds like a 90s sitcom family name.
I thought it was an Indian spice. You ever put Tannarak in your food?
Like turmeric.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Smoky flavor, great texture.
Was this halfway? Now do you want to do the
I
thing?
think this is halfway. I think this is a good halfway point. So Shée, probably a good time for you to take a break, go get a snack. I'll do all that kind of fun stuff. No, I mean it's up to you, Shée. I please stick around if you'd like to hear our opinions about fucking Radiohead and Horsefly, fucking Europa, whatever.
All you're doing is giving out really great band names of bands I would like.
I'm gonna listen, but I'm gonna mute myself.
Okay, Skunkweed Down Blouse, sure, got them all.
They're probably, there's bands like called Bong Ripper and shit.
They are great bands. All right, so I don't know how we got to this point, but this is where we got to. I agreed to listen to Fleshgod Apocalypse's Labyrinth, and Mike listened to Radiohead's OK Computer, and we're going to talk about it. You want to go first, or should I?
Sure, I'll talk about Radiohead.
Right, tell me what you thought about.
So, like I said this before, that I never listened to this album, even though I guess it's one of those albums that everyone thinks is amazing.
It is considered one of the most important albums made.
So I will go ahead and say I stuck my nose up at it.
You did.
For whatever reason. I heard some Radiohead song on Q101, the alternative rock and roll radio station growing up, and I probably heard it 1,000 times.
Probably.
And I gotta say about most of those bands, although I listened to that radio station, it never inspired me to go out and get their albums. I guess I always just designated it to like radio music.
Okay.
So and Radiohead was one of them, right?
Okay.
So I never listened to any of this shit. So I listen to this now, OK Computer, and I think that I can't fairly judge it because I was in not the right state of mind for it. Do you want me to elaborate?
Like now? Yes.
So if most adults with ADHD in this world, I get very manic depressive, where it's like I'm either all full blast, hit the gas in one direction, or I hit the brakes, and then put it in reverse the other direction, and there's almost no in between. And for the longest time, I've been manic as shit, which is good for my life because I have a balls to the wall kind of life. But if I was in a sad boy mode, I would have loved this album, and I would have listened to it to make my depression worse.
So it's interesting because they do get a reputation for having a depressive side, and I don't really hear it that way because I don't think. I mean, sonically, if I couldn't make out the lyrics, I could see that, but the lyrics aren't that way. The lyrics aren't sad emo boy lyrics, but other people get that impression too, so I guess you're not wrong.
My favorite songs on this album were the last two, Lucky and The Tourist. And when a band like this, I'm assume that they craft an album as much as they would just write a song. I'm guessing they're going for like a vibe where there's like a build up within the songs and then it crescendos at the end of the album. Since you're a Radiohead fan, would I be safe to assume that would be part of their goals when making an album?
To create sort of a complete up and down.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. What's interesting, though, that you mentioned that is originally those last two songs were not on the album. It was a compromise between the band members to have the last two songs on there, which I think works really well.
It feels like both these songs were written to be the big crescendo of the album, and they wrote them both, and they couldn't decide which one to use, so they just threw both of them on there. And so like what I like about music is I don't know how to describe it. I like to feel like I'm traveling through like a vortex of like a time portal or something.
Sure.
I want to be like launched into space, right? And those two songs, that big crescendo at the end, that was my favorite part of the album.
Wow. That's impressive to me. It's also it's interesting because in The Tourist, in the last song, we're watching a narrator or watching a character, driving too fast, and they're advised to slow down, slow down, slow down. And then in the very beginning of the album, the first song, Airbag, it's about getting into a car wreck and not dying because of the airbag and having like a new lease on life. So there's actually a circular thing there where it's actually, you can make the argument that the tourist at the end is actually the cause of the car accident at the beginning of the album. So
my final opinion on this is
Yeah.
this is a really good, well-made, talented. This is a talented group of guys who made a really good album.
Wow.
If I was in a really bad place in my life, I would have liked it way more.
Wow.
Than I did.
That
Just because I like that step on the gas kind of music.
That was a very thoughtful review. Mm-hmm. I appreciate that. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Do I like it more than Fleshgod Apocalypse of the Labyrinth? Hell no. Hell no.
So, okay, Fleshgod Apocalypse. I had not listened to this band before. This is an Italian metal band, or Italian death metal, what have you band, but they're operatic as well. They have a female opera singer in the band, so it's not just Cookie Monster voices. They're clearly very talented. I did look into this a little bit. I did read. They had some kind of pretentious things about how they built the songs. Maybe I should.
I would be disappointed if they weren't pretentious.
They were. So what I'll say is, regardless of what you think of it, love it, hate the album, whatever, it sounds like a parody of this type of music. It sounds like they're parodying themselves. Does that make any kind of sense?
No, that makes sense.
Which is not necessarily a bad thing. But like, here's what they said on Wiki. Here's what it says. We focused on the philological aspect in order to represent all the elements of the classic world, and through romantic and meticulous research, we managed to create a metaphor with our times, as the maze can be associated with the endless search for what we really are.
All right. So that being said, they do have a live gimmick where they're like the ghosts of a group of Victorian musicians who killed each other.
Okay.
So they have like an on-stage gimmick, like Kiss or the Misfits or something.
They do have costumes. They do dress up. They do have a whole thing. I mean, I enjoyed. While I've listened to it a couple times, I enjoy the sound of it. I enjoy the performances of it. What I have a problem with is the fact that it is mixed and mastered so goddamn loud that it's not loud anymore. Like they turn.
I see.
They
That's
turn
a good point.
Well, it's a compression thing. If anybody who knows about the loudness wars, you can research that and how over compression works. Is that if you can't turn everything up. If you turn everything up, then it becomes quiet. So I was listening to it, and one of the times I was listening to it, I had to keep turning it up because it was like, why is it so goddamn quiet? I can't hear anything. And
so that being said, when they were touring this album, I saw them at Reggie's in Chicago. And it was the loudest fucking concert I've ever... Like, the place was shaking.
Yeah, because when you're playing live, you can go as loud as you want. You can turn it up louder as long as you want, but you can only make an album so loud.
Like, the drummer is just punishing you. It's just like there's a live piano player playing with them.
There's some great piano work too.
And that's fucking going crazy, and it's so crazy loud.
Well, I have some clips here. So let's just do a clip from it's just a couple seconds here and there. I just want to make a point here. Okay. Now, it's clearly good performances.
Like, I couldn't imagine remembering all that.
Yeah, it's hard to... Yeah, exactly. There's a lot to it, but it's hard to pick out anything kind of but the drums. Like, here's a completely different song, I think. It's a very similar approach with just the pounding drums that is so loud that there are strings. There are beautiful strings in there.
Yeah.
And you can't always hear it. And I really wouldn't mind. And I looked it up, and a lot of the reviews felt the same way, that like it's mixed and mastered so loud that it ceases to become loud. Here's actually a point where they kind of like let it breathe a little bit. I thought this was very pretty. So yeah, you got some nice violins. And then when the drums come in, it sounds good. Right? You're in this good mode. And then, damn it, they did it again. And it's not that it's bad.
That fucking rips. I love this band.
Here's what I did. I took those clips and I just 100% arbitrarily just threw them on top of each other. I didn't adjust them in any way. Just threw them on top of each other. Here's all of them played simultaneously. It sounds exactly the same.
Yeah, not different at all. You're 100%
sounds-
correct.
And that's not a string against it, but I just think if they mixed it differently and mastered it not so harshly, you could hear, because there's clearly a lot of there are some tracks on there that are like really beautiful piano and strings, and there's like opera voices in there. There's a lot of nice things in there that you cannot fucking hear.
It's like they wrote it's like classical music, which there's always been comparisons between this, like how you write a heavy metal song and how you'd write a classical music song. There's not a whole lot different. And that's what it's like. They just took some classical music they wrote and decided like let's turn it into a death metal song.
Yeah. And it's good. Look, it's clearly a talented thing. They've got a great whole gimmick. It's good. It's fun. I enjoy it.
I like the package of it all. It's not to say that I love all of this type of music, because I feel that most of it sounds exactly the same.
Derivative, yeah.
It's just that I feel that way about all musical genres, and so I picked the ones I like the best.
Okay.
And this is one of them because it has all the things about all the other bands I like with more, like extra. It's like pretty much a lot of the music I like walls of sound. And
They
this
turned it up
band-
to 11. Yeah.
This is one of the best bands if you want a wall of sound, like propelling you forward through existence.
Okay. That's a dirtbag cum gutter. Great band. No, I did enjoy it. Like, I get why it's enjoyable. I wanted a little more breathing room so I could really listen to it and hear it. But I get why it's enjoyable. I get why it's fun, and I'm pro that. I'm good with Corpse Blood Apocalypse, Down Blood, Corpse God, Fleshgod, Armageddon, Fleshgod Apocalypse.
That's you could tell an Italian man thought of that.
Yeah. So all right.
Yeah, like
so,
even when they're their lyrics, which you cannot understand, like to like even pretend like, oh yeah, I know what they're saying.
they're on Spotify. You can see them. When
No,
they're
you
playing,
don't.
But yeah.
But the lyrics are written by. It feels like it's written by someone whose English isn't like it's not terrible, but it's definitely their second language.
Yeah.
But it doesn't fucking matter anyway, except for the opera parts.
I think we grew a little bit. We learned a couple things. We're gonna call Shée back to the show. Mm-hmm. I feel like we made some good progress, and
so I guess like the verses part would be like we both liked each other's music, but we prefer the ones we liked originally.
Well, that makes sense. You're not gonna hear something new and decide this is better than all the stuff I've liked all my life.
Sometimes I feel that way about new music.
It's been a while for me. It's been a while.
Like I'll listen to new music and be like, everything I liked before is garbage now because of this.
Wow.
That's how I feel about Fleshgod Apocalypse. It's like I liked a lot of those kinds of bands, but I don't listen to any of them anymore because I found a version of it that I think is better.
Wow. Shée, you were muted when you said whatever you said.
Thank you. There was some lady that you recently found, and you were like, oh my God.
I've been listening to Gillian Welch. Maybe it's Gillian Welch a lot, and that's like country bluegrassy kind of stuff, but man alive, she has got a 15-minute long song called I Dreamed a Highway. Oh my God, it wrecked me, completely wrecked me.
I'm trying to look up what's the name of the band I just found out about. Why can't I remember these things? Oh, okay. Bonnie McKee.
Heard the name.
She's like a pop star. She originally started her career writing pop songs for Britney Spears, and now she's doing her own thing. Her songs are fucking great.
Yeah, I mean, pop music is a lot harder than people think it is.
What I like about pop music is what I like about Fleshgod Apocalypse.
It's just designed to overload the senses.
Right? What was it? Major chords? I love them.
I think maybe you're thinking of like power chords, maybe. Like
someone said that to me before. They were just like, Mike, all your music is just major chords, and it's all you like. And I'm like, okay. And I don't know anything about music, so I'm like, sure.
Well, major chords tend to sound happy, and minor chords tend to sound dark. And you can't make a happy song out of just major chords, not really. And you can't make a sad song or a dark song out of just minor chords. You really need both. And so I don't know what the hell that person is talking about.
Maybe they're like assholes.
Maybe they don't know about music.
Maybe they meant power chords, but they said major chords.
Unless they listen to this podcast, in which case I love that person.
Yeah, right. What
so
a great
much.
guy.
What a great person to donate to the autism
Thank you.
research fundraiser. Link in description below. All right. No, that was fun. And here's a completely different Italian in a goofy outfit. Zatanna.
Mm-hmm. Is she Italian?
She is Italian, yeah. Yep. She is partially Italian. I think maybe she has some gypsy blood, and she's also half
Can't
magic.
say that anymore.
Oh, I can't say. Oh, what am I supposed to say?
You gotta say Romani.
Yes.
Romani. Okay.
Like
All
a
right,
kind
that's
of
fine.
cheese that you like.
That's fine. I learned. I growed. All right.
Yep.
So, moving on. So she's gonna go talk to. I don't think anything else happened on this page that we got to care about. Yeah.
I
screw
felt
that.
this way about the book in general.
I don't know. I liked it, but anyway. So we'll get to that when we get to talking about the end of it and their final thoughts. So she heads out to see Tannarak, and she puts on her finest hip hugging outfit. Oh my goodness!
She found the clothes that made her ass shaped like a peach.
She is going to see her arch enemy, and she dressed up in the most scantily thing she could find.
No, it has long sleeves and pants. It is not scantily.
She before she left, she said, "Make my ass look like a peach backwards."
Yes. Okay, I give you it's not scantily. That was the wrong word, but it's vacuum sealed. She clearly took one of those one of those like kitchen things where you suck the air out of the bag so you can put the meat in the fridge, and she put it in her pants.
I wouldn't mind sucking the air out of her bag.
Oh my goodness, look at this. Like, just look at that.
I know, it's a peach.
You can see
Can
it
you
on
see
the
is there a panty outline?
It looks like an outline of
Look
her
at that.
underwear.
Oh, it's her G-string outline.
Oh my goodness. She wore a G-string to see her arch enemy. Mm-hmm. And
She's gonna fuck him.
Hate fucking is real.
That's
Hate
right.
fucking
They have a.
it's real, it's awesome.
She's dating fucking Jimmy Olsen or whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
and
she's
she's
gonna
seeing
cheat
this
on him.
magic dude in the side because he reminds her of John Constantine. Dude, that is like how every like relationship
This
is.
is some real shit. This is why we got to do more romance comics. I tell you, you're gonna love those romance comics. Young love. That's when
they
we
tried to
finally
warn
knock
you.
out the Y's. We finally knock out the Y's with young
Now
love.
we're banned it forever.
No, they're on the wheel. So she goes to see, and she inadvertently throws some paint on the Tannarak's assistant.
I thought it was a jug of wine.
I don't know what it is. Yeah, it might be a jug of
At this
wine.
point in the book, I was no longer able to tell what was happening.
Right. The art is a little scratchy. I like it actually, but
Yeah,
it
it
is
looks
a little
good.
hard
I
to
just
tell what's
have
going on.
no idea what's happening.
It's not super clear.
It's like a Fleshgod apocalypse song.
Yes. I don't know what's happening, but I'm along for the ride, sure. So she spills some wine on this dude and then goes, "Oh, it sucks for you," and walks away.
Yeah.
Does not help him clean this up at all.
Why? Because she is the guy's servant. And she's like, "I'm not talking to you, beta."
It's your job to serve.
She's looking for that winner.
Yeah, she wants the alpha.
She wants that bad boy.
And she found him, who actually, so he was on the cover of the book, and I thought that was actually her dad.
I thought
We
it
all
was
did.
Zatanna as well.
Which might say something that she's into a dude that looks a lot like her father.
Bro.
Just saying.
Thank God there'll always be women out there who had great relationships with their bald father. And
Yes.
those are the women I'll have sex with.
It's a very, very specific
I know, but there's a lot of them.
Bumble profile that you have.
There's a great deal of women who had great relationships with their bald father.
Yeah. So she makes her way into his crazy carnival that he works at, and she comes to see him. And there's like cages hanging from the sky with demons in it and all kinds of fun stuff. It looks like a great place to get like Mediterranean food.
What's to stop like the little dragon guys inside the ceiling cages from just like shitting out like the bars? And then he'd just have like demon shit everywhere. Like it's a terrible place to put them.
Yeah, that's what I would do as my revenge.
Right, you're trapped in there. I would just be shitting out through
Gotta
the
be up here.
bars.
Yeah, fuck you. This is what you get for leaving bar holes.
He's like,
Maybe he transportates it away.
right. He's got Lockjaw working for him.
Yes. Well, he needs a job.
Listen to
Just
our,
crossing companies to
Our new Warriors episode to know what I'm talking about.
Yep. You can go check out the new Warriors from a few episodes ago. It turns out that I guess previously Zatanna had maybe ruined some stuff for Tannarak, and to make it up to her, to make it up to him, she offered him some business advice, and so now he's got a Filipino country and western acrobatic troupe that's doing great business for him, I guess.
I'm guessing he also is a manager. So he's her rival not only in the magic world but like professionally as well.
He is very Anton LaVey.
I thought he like was played by Vincent Price.
Oh, excellent.
Hello there.
Well, he also is wearing a bow tie, and that's kind of a point against him.
He's a
Doesn't
Doctor
he?
Who.
Didn't Anton LaVey have like a high pitched voice?
I don't know how.
I don't know. I don't seem. I thought I only heard him. Yeah, I thought I only heard him on a news show once, and I didn't really pay attention. But I don't
That
remember.
guy's a
being high, but it
fucking
could've
adult nerd who believes in wizards.
been. Yeah.
Believed.
Whatever.
Dead.
Good riddance, nerd.
But I mentioned it because
Alive
he
in
was
my
a
heart.
manager of a group.
A Filipino country and western acrobatic troupe.
No, I think it was Russian violinists.
But wouldn't it be better if it was a Filipino country and western acrobatic troupe?
It would.
I'd go to see
Very
that.
much.
That's who opens for Fleshgod Apocalypse.
Yes. Well, they're not gonna put another metal band on to open for them. They gotta switch it up.
Can you imagine, like, for all like Fleshgod Apocalypse is that wall of sound? Imagine like you go on after that.
Yeah.
Like people just got their eardrums like just blown away.
Yeah.
And now you gotta go, and you're a metal band too,
Yeah.
right? Because they don't tour with other guys.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
hate to follow that shit.
Metal fans don't want to hear anything but metal, or at least at a concert.
not true.
In a,
I listen to all
in a
kinds of
concert,
music.
in a
That's not
concert
true.
environment. In a concert environment.
One time I saw Guar and the opening band was Gil Manterra's Party Dream, and they ruled.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what it is. Either.
Everyone go check out Gil Manterra's Party Dream. That band is amazing.
What is it? A rock? Is it a metal band?
Just go find out. I'm not going to tell you nothing. You'll
Kind
be
of sounds like you just made that up.
No, Gil Manterra's Party Dream.
All right. Yeah, I'll take a look. So anyway, so they have some formalities, and you know they have an icy but cordial relationship, like the members of Talking Heads.
Right, because although he gets to fuck her, he doesn't need her, and that's what she likes about him.
They don't. Yeah. Well, these are two alphas. Neither of them need the other one at all.
That's right.
And that's attractive. Like two just high shelf. There's actually a great joke in the new season of Harley Quinn where Lex Luthor and who was the woman that he was talking to, Shée? But they're two high profile, very rich, very powerful alpha characters, and they're attracted to each other. But since they're rich and powerful, rather than have sex, they just pay two people to have sex in front of them and just be like their
that was
sex
Talia
avatars.
al Ghul.
It was Talia al Ghul, and they were just like, we're just gonna sit here and tell these people how to have sex as like our avatars while we watch it and drink wine.
That's great.
I thought that
I
was a
kind
great
of
way
want
to
to
go.
do that.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
I don't want to actually have sex with people. That's gross.
No,
I want to.
no,
I want
do
to
that.
force. I want to force. But I want to pay two other people to do it with
Yeah.
my equal.
Pay them handsomely, sure.
Right, while we
Just
drink
watch.
wine.
Yeah, you just watch, have a good time.
Not smoke weed though, because then I won't want to do it anymore.
They won't want to pay two more people to have sex then.
I'd rather keep the money.
So they have a conversation, and this dude tells her that I'm hearing that like everybody seems to be, all the evil spirits seem to be gathering here in San Francisco. I think it's San
Yeah, like
Francisco.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah, and she says, well, why is that? And he says, dude, I don't know. And then he fucking chloroforms her with a rag.
Yeah, he uses magic. So they don't really say what he does, but it looks like he just sticks his hand up to pretend to do some magic, but then he
Yeah.
just shoves a rag in her face.
It's a
Yeah.
fucking chloroform rag because he's a creep.
Or did he manifest the chloroform rag with the magic green glowing hand?
I think it's so that she can't say her spells.
Oh,
it could it could be like a sweaty gym towel.
Yeah, it could be anything. That could be his ball rag. Like,
Right?
Shée, guys don't have ball rags.
Yeah, I don't have a ball rag.
This is a myth that needs to stop.
I just have a normal wash rag.
Yeah. I just use my same rag on my balls.
And then when I don't, and then after I use it, Shée, I put it in the washing machine.
you say so.
So like whatever I use to clean my balls, it doesn't remain a ball rag for very long.
No.
Like it temporarily becomes one,
Yes, until it's cleaned.
and then it is immediately clean because I don't want to wash my face
Right.
with the thing I just scrubbed my dick with.
A hand towel can become a ball rag. A ball rag cannot become a hand towel.
Correct.
It only goes
Okay.
one way. Yeah.
I once
spreading
dated a
these
girl
rumors.
who never washed her drying towel. Like she just had that always damp towel.
It's gonna be super ratty.
Ugh.
It's gonna
Yeah,
get
and
ratty.
she thought it was weird you'd have more than
Mildew.
one towel and then that you would wash that.
Okay, stop seeing that woman.
Yeah, I did.
That's how it smelled.
I did.
Sign to stay away.
At first I thought she was working me. Like just
Yeah?
trying to see if I'd believe her, but she stuck to her guns. So if she was just trying to make me like she was trying to trick me. She tricked me out of the relationship.
Yeah, well, maybe she was trying to shake you.
Women just ghost you. They don't shake you. They just stop answering your phone
Yeah,
calls.
they just stop because if you keep texting them, they can say that you're stalking them.
Right, or they'll just block you.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to break up with anybody anymore.
Man, it's so easy for a woman to be dating nowadays. They got all the power. Easy peasy.
Who gave you that bag of red pills?
Yeah.
Who gave you
By
that?
the way, before I get any shit, that was super sarcastic, all right?
This is when James says, I learned it from watching you.
Yes. Super sarcastic. They did not mean any of that. Take that out of context.
Right. Although when I said it on this show, I probably meant it.
Well, we've grown a lot over the years. So anyway, he chloroforms her. She goes to kick him in the balls.
Just like in real life, chloroform doesn't fucking work.
It doesn't do shit. Then they get in a horrifying battle, and her mouth is free, so she's able to conjure some spells. And they fight each other with like the restaurant equipment, the tables and such.
Why didn't she just like say his name and then heart stop backwards?
Because I think that there is a limit to. It's like a reserve. It's like a gas tank. She only has a certain amount of power and a certain
But she can
amount
just
of
kill him
ability.
right away, though. Then she doesn't have
Maybe.
to worry about it.
Maybe, but he's
unless
also
he has
very
like
powerful.
a shield. Well, unless he said before the fight started, have a magic shield.
He could have said before the fight started, now, if anything should attack my heart, I want it to kill the person who did it.
Oh, right.
And like, so, these magicians they're tricky guys.
Right.
Don't be hanging out with magicians, everybody.
So he summons
Stay away.
a red creature from the Black Lagoon.
Exactly what I thought it was. Yep.
And he summons it from his own pee.
Yes, he does pull himself out of the pee.
Magic
And
is
Shay's
crazy.
Shay's ears perked up.
He pisses all over the floor, and then she goes, I better stop him from peeing, or else he'll summon a red creature from the Black Lagoon.
He
Ah,
has
shit,
that
he did it.
special golden shower pee that
She had-
helped
Oh, yeah.
Supergirl.
And then
Yeah.
he has a flashback of her like learning magic, and then there's a page from the magic book of how to summon a red creature from the Black Lagoon. And it's like, you gotta piss on the floor first.
Yeah, you gotta have a lot of it. It's gotta be a little sticky. I don't know
Yeah,
what you eat to
sticky.
get that, but it looks sticky.
You're not hydrated.
Oh yeah. No,
You have, to be you have to be dehydrated for 2 weeks in order
I don't
to
think it
use
would
this
be that
spell.
yellow. If you were dehydrated, I don't think it would be that yellow.
I thought it would be extra yellow.
I don't know. How does that work?
It means like if it's clear, it means your body has enough fluids to
You're oversaturated.
to like wash it out better.
Oh, okay.
And so the less fluids you have in your body, the harder it is for your kidneys to remove toxins. So
Okay.
you get this like gross sludge.
Sticky yellow. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it's good
Gross.
to stay hydrated.
Yeah. Well, there's a great many good reasons to stay
Unless
hydrated.
you're filming a Batman movie and you have a shirtless scene coming up.
Dude, so this is bothering me because that is a key part of the new style of being super ripped for superhero movies and looking super veiny and everything. That's dehydration.
Yeah, they're dehydrated to the point where they're going to pass out.
They're going to die. Like, they're
Yeah.
doing serious organ damage.
It's like guys who have six packs year round. Like, you are not
Right.
supposed to do that.
I just assumed that it was like, oh, they're like that for a couple hours,
Sure.
and then they like hook them
Well,
up to IVs.
That is what they do.
It is, but still, in order to get to that point, you need to you need to hurt your body. You need
What
to
was
cause
the new
organ-
Batman? What was that guy's name?
Robert Pattinson.
Robert
Robert Pattinson. I read an article about him like counting his sips, like water, because he wanted to look ripped, so he
Yeah.
dehydrated himself, and so he would count his sips of water,
Oh my god.
so he wouldn't add any water
See,
weight.
And this bothers me because for the longest time, we would have these superhero movies and the superheroes weren't that jacked and we would mock them. We would make fun of them that
Michael
they don't
Keaton wasn't at all.
Yeah, at all. And we would make
All
fun
the
of them
muscles were in the suit.
Right.
Right.
And we would mock it and say like, "Oh, it doesn't look as good as my fucking power fantasy comic book." And so they had to find a way to do it. And they did, and it's killing these people. And in 20 years, when fucking Chris Evans dies from organ failure, you're going to see the same nerds on the internet crying about how we lost Captain America, but it was your fault for complaining because he wasn't ripped enough.
So the guy who plays Captain America notoriously does not take steroids for roles.
Does he really? You've said before they all do. You were very
No,
confident
he
they all
doesn't.
do.
That's why he doesn't look as like
Yeah.
action figure-y looking. So
Yeah,
he doesn't
you
have that
don't-
weird gross skin that you get when you take
Yeah.
steroids for a long time.
If there is one area where I'd say like use the CG, it's use it on the muscles. Like don't fucking kill these people.
Yeah, don't be Hugh Jackman
Dude, he's gonna die.
Dude. That's
He's
why they put
gonna
him in the full
die.
bodysuit this time.
Yeah. The
For
Wolverine
Deadpool
costume
3?
in Deadpool
Yeah.
3 covers
People
his
are like,
arms.
people are like, yeah, why does the costume have sleeves? It's
Yeah,
like,
because he
because he
doesn't
doesn't
wanna
want to. Yeah, because he was too old to get that jacked.
Dude, and I saw a comparison picture of when he was Wolverine in the first X-Men movie, and
He
he's
looks like a normal dude.
He looks like me.
Yeah.
Like I could have been cast as Wolverine in that first movie based on our physiques. It was
That
crazy.
first movie sucks.
Yeah, it was good for the time. I haven't watched it since it came out though.
I'll give 2 it's good for what it is.
It was It was good at the time because there weren't superhero movies like that being made.
I feel bad for that movie because like there wasn't a whole lot of superhero stuff in general being made, and it was made not too long after that cartoon series that was out. And how are you going to compare to that? It's like making the Flash movie after 7 years of the Flash TV
I think it was
show.
9 years.
It's like, what are you going to do? Like it's fresh in our memory. We just saw
it's
it,
tough.
and it was done better.
Yeah, it's tough to do. Well, it's tough. Yeah, I don't know what you're gonna do, but live action versus cartoons. At least I don't think people cross the streams on that and see.
Well,
them
there
as the
wasn't
same
so
thing.
much of it back then, so that's what you just had. That's the only thing you had to compare it with.
And the last superhero movie we had was fucking Batman and Robin. You want to tell me that people weren't ecstatic to see X-Men?
I bet that movie made
Ecstatic.
money.
Oh, it made crazy. They made 15 more of them. Of course it made money.
Like that Batman Robin movie, I bet it made money.
No, it did. I mean, it may have made some money initially, but it ended the franchise. They were before that movie came out, they were planning for Batman 5. And then the second it came out, they went, oh, never mind. And they shut down all Batman movies for almost a decade.
I wish they would do that now.
Just shut them down?
Yeah, there's been so many. Like, what else are you going to do that hasn't already been done?
Creature Commandos. We get Creature Commandos next
Well, if
summer.
I got
Dude,
good news for you, James.
What about? Yeah, seriously, your people are laughing now. Check back with me in 12 months and tell me how great Creature Commandos ended up. You're gonna love Creature Commandos.
Oh yeah, it's going to be sick. That's what I'm talking about. I'd rather that than more Batman movies.
Yeah, I mean you got to have both. I understand, but yeah,
It's
it's
been done to death. There's been 10,000 cartoon series. There's been movies. It's like, okay.
There have, and I agree with that. But at the same time, if you're going to build a cinematic universe, you got to have Batman in there.
Sure, I guess.
You do, but I really like the upcoming slate with fucking Booster Gold and Creature Commandos and all these things. It's a good variety
How was
of
the
different projects.
Blue Beetle movie? I didn't see it.
I have not seen it yet. Shée, you have not seen it yet either.
I have not seen it yet.
I'm guessing that movie didn't do so well.
It did better than the worst, but the brand is so damaged right now that
Maybe just stop doing it then. Just stop.
Well,
let's do Creature Commando and more seasons of Peacemaker, and that's it.
Yeah, but what if it's good? Like we got a whole new regime coming in.
It's not going to be good.
Dude, Superman Legacy is Mr. Terrific, Guy
another
Gardner,
Superman movie.
Metamorpho,
Fuck.
with Mr. Terrific and Metamorpho and Guy Gardner and Hawkwoman in it.
How about
Holy shit.
how about we just have all those characters and no Superman? And we just ignore
guys.
Batman and Superman, and we create a whole new DC universe without those guys.
That's
They've already
the
done.
reboot.
It's like Iron Man 4. It's like no more Iron Mans. He's
That's-
dead.
That was one.
Yeah.
That was like the whole point of 1 year later, right? And then going back into 52.
Yeah, we didn't have those three for a year, and we focused on the other characters, which is cool. But we haven't had a cohesive, coherent, full cinematic universe with those characters yet. So anyway, all right. Let's finish. We got a couple pages.
Oh, and that Joker musical. Let's see that.
Dude, I can't. It could be the worst movie in the world. I'm there opening weekend.
If it
There's
is
no
the
way.
worst movie in the world, that's also good.
I don't care because you took a movie that made $1 billion largely off the backs of incels, and then you made a movie that those same incels cannot possibly like.
That's great. What an excellent troll. Well
Brilliant troll.
Well done.
That is the joke of the movie. Like, it's brilliant.
done.
Brilliant.
Great. I'm excited.
I can't wait. So anyway, this fight continues, and Zatanna, she's losing to the creature from the Black Lagoon, and then she triggers something. We don't really know what it is, but something with her eyes.
Oh, so what she does is she
Yeah.
notices that his scales are laying in a certain way, and so she uses eye lasers to rip it open.
To get like underneath it.
Yeah, she seems. That's what I kind of guessed, but we don't see the lasers coming out of her eyes.
I don't understand. I thought she she spoke like words backwards, and
Right.
it made like coffee tables float and shit.
Right.
Here she has like laser
Right.
beam hands.
She mentions at the end, she says, wait a minute, that's more like what my father would do. What's going on? She seems to be tapping into a new skill.
Yeah.
Okay. And
So-
he had laser beam hands.
Sure. No, I'm not familiar. Interesting, Zatanna, her father, debuted in Action Comics #1, same book as Superman.
Oh, hey.
Wow.
So, yeah,
that
same,
is.
same book. So he goes way, way back, but I don't know what powers he has in terms of how his magic works, but I know it works differently than
Great.
his daughter's.
Throw him in the cinematic universe. Let's have a Zatanna movie.
Yes! Fucking yes!
Let's do that. And then he'll team up with Blue Beetle.
Yes! Get them all
in
together.
their movie.
I can't wait. I can't
Blue
wait for all
Beetle
this.
versus Zatara.
Yes,
Dawn
those,
of Justice.
those
Yeah.
ancient enemies, those longtime nemesis.
Let's fucking do it.
The fight.
We'll star that guy from Facebook again.
The guy from Mark Zuckerberg?
No, the guy who
Jesse
played Mark
Eisenberg?
Jesse,
Oh, Jesse
Eisenberg.
Eisenberg? Yeah,
We'll
that's
have
a
him
good
be the
guy.
bad guy again. He'll play the bad guy just like how he played Lex
Sure.
Luthor, except he'll be a different dude.
He ain't going to jail for 30 years. Sure. He
Yeah,
didn't do
fuck
nothing
it.
wrong. He didn't write a
Yeah.
letter.
Nope. He doesn't need it. He doesn't need your letters.
I ain't fucking writing letters to anybody. Fuck you. So the fight, she manages to destroy the monster. So then she kind of collapses the entire building on the dude and ruins his business.
Because she said it backwards, and she's like, I should have just did that first.
Yeah, why didn't I just collapse the building in the first place?
Right.
And then
I wish I could talk backwards so I could just do my jokes throughout the
So
things she would say.
when they
Yeah.
do Zatanna in live action, I wonder, is the actor going to learn to say the words backwards, or are they going to use an audio effect to reverse it?
Depends on who the actress is.
If they're good,
If they're like really dedicated, they will learn to do those lines backwards.
Yeah.
If not,
Yeah.
they'll just play the audio backwards.
so there's actually a Radiohead song.
I was about to say.
Yep, called Like Spinning Plates, where a lot of the music is backwards. It's backwards, some of it's backwards, some of it's forwards. And so Tom York actually learned the lyrics, wrote the song normally, and then recorded himself, reversed it, learned to sing it backwards so that they could record it backwards and then flip it back around forward on the recording. So when you hear it on the recording, the syllables are forward, but he sang them backwards. Sounds weird as shit. It's really cool. Like spinning plates. All right. So the whole building collapses, and the dude vows to destroy Zatanna, and that's probably the end of it. That'll probably never come up again.
Yep.
Nope. Gone forever.
So she walks out into the street. And she's like, "Well, that was fucking weird, crazy." And then she realizes, "Oh yeah, I did something different. I did something more like what my father would have done." And oh hey, there's the ghost of my mother floating in the street.
Yep. To be continued.
To be continued for someone.
Maybe she
Not-
said
not
mother
for us.
backwards.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I hate when I do that.
Right? And
Yeah.
summoned her mother. She's like, oh, I could have done that all along.
Oh, this would have been a lot easier.
I should have did that when I was 12 and sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how the book ends.
All right.
That's just how the book ends. I don't know, man. What do we think of this?
It was fine.
Yeah.
Oh God, you guys. I actually really liked it. I really liked it. I like Zatanna a lot. I think it was a little bit different from some of the normal fare we have. I thought the
That's what I liked about it. It was very different art-wise and story-wise and character-wise.
Right.
It was very different from what we normally get.
right, and it was a completely inexplicable fight scene. By the way, that didn't need to be. That was only in there because there was no fight scene in the book otherwise.
Yes.
And we only
So-
got this because James noticed that we hadn't done any Z books.
And now we've done the Z's, and I liked it a lot, actually. I don't know, really cool. I'll give it 4 out of 5 creeps making chloroform rags. Ooh, put extra in that last one.
In this comic, there was an ad for Batman Nightfall, where he gets his back broken, and Reign of Superman. I didn't realize that the death of Superman and Batman getting his back broken and disappearing happened around the same time.
Yep,
Yeah,
they were 1 year
same.
separate.
So you think they killed Superman and it made all that money, and they were like, damn, that was pretty successful. Who else can we kill?
So, kind of, if I'm remembering correctly, it was sort of like, oh my God, this was incredibly successful. I think there was already some discussions about doing something with Batman, but I don't think it was that big. And then I think when they saw how big Death of Superman was, they were like, all right, let's amp this up a little bit. Let's make this a bigger deal than we thought.
Yeah, let's kill more people, huh?
Yeah, kill them all.
And then bring them back when sales dip.
In fairness, I will defend Death of Superman is kind of a mess. I have that book, and it's not a great written book, but there are some cool trippy things inside of it. I will defend Nightfall very adamantly.
Yeah, Nightfall's great.
Yeah, they did a lot, and it didn't all work, but I think some of the between the weird things that DC did and the weird things that Marvel did to revamp their characters in the 90s, I will err on the DC side. Because Marvel,
they kept Parallax, Death of Superman, and Nightfall in continuity.
Yeah, they found ways to do it. And then Hal Jordan became the Spectre for a while.
Yep.
And then I was like, well, he can never be normal Hal Jordan again. He's been the Spectre. And they're like, nope.
Him with the other guy. The guy after him.
Oh, for Green Lantern?
Yeah, for Green Lantern.
Yeah, Kyle
Rayner, another white guy.
No, he's an Asian man.
Is he?
Yep, he's Asian. Or wait, no, I think he's Hispanic. I'm getting all my history wrong. What nationality is Kyle Rayner?
Rayner. Sounds like an alarm.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Mexican American.
There we go.
Still, not a white guy.
Yeah,
not a white guy. No, Kyle's cool. Kyle Rayner's cool.
Still an American, though. English-speaking American. Everyone out of Earth.
Well, we've got Jessica Cruz, who's Hispanic, and we've got Simon Baz, who's Muslim. We've got all kinds of...
But you're only supposed to have one Green Lantern per star sector.
It got complicated because so much shit was going down on Earth.
Isn't there like a huge swath of the galaxy he has to be policing?
Yeah, but Earth has a tendency to draw a lot of problems.
That's where my apartment is.
That's where all my stuff is.
That's where he has a job at. He's got to go to work every day.
Every day. All right, guys, I think it's time to talk about what we're doing next time.
All right. We're returning to the super wheel.
So we're returning to the super wheel. I also want to let people know that next episode, we're going to spin a Halloween wheel for our Halloween episode on 10/22. So if you have Halloween suggestions, get them in now. Now's the time to get them. So...
Yes.
So we'll add requests to the Halloween wheel. Mm-hmm. So this is back to the super wheel. It is ridiculous.
I love how overly complicated and heavy the super wheel is.
We need to figure something out because there's a lot of Superman and Superman related books, and we need to figure out how to manage that. But I think everything's on there, including
that's why people keep
requests.
Fucking requesting.
Yeah,
like half of our requests are like Superman related.
That's fine. If they're requests, I'm fine with that. But
probably because they're so ridiculous.
They are ridiculous. So we might have to figure out how to manage that because I don't want every episode to be, a bunch of Superman episodes. But at least this time we're just going to spin it like normal. We've got 64 big items on there. I did add in, so I added in Zen the Intergalactic Ninja because I added in Your Vote is Vital.
Your vote is vital, I feel, will be the best episode we've ever done.
And I added in a couple of issues of Young Love that looked great and Zip
But not
Comics
Young Blood. Hopefully you didn't do that.
I did. I thought you wanted Young Blood 7 on there.
I put it on because I needed Y books. I really wasn't paying attention.
It better not come up.
Do I want to do that book? No.
Oh, fuck.
I wanted to do Your Vote is Vital.
Maybe we'll pull Young Blood 7 off of this after this wheel. There's no altering the wheel now.
What? No. Who knows what happens if we take anything out of the wheel? Are we going to be like horrifically punished for doing that?
I don't know how the wheel works. No one understands how this works.
No, we thought we had it down, and turns out
no. Merlin works in mysterious ways. You can see it on YouTube, by the way. We're going to spin the wheel. So,
James added some RAM to his computer in order to spin the wheel.
I had to go to 64 gig. I am worried because there's a couple on there that I never, like Toxic Avenger, I never picked an actual issue because my attitude is like, it'll never come up. But we've got a bunch of those. We've got a few that like we didn't actually
did
pick.
Before. We'll like pick numbers at random and then make a new wheel.
Yeah,
spin.
But I don't want to do that right now. I want to wrap the show up. All right, so we need to listen to a little spin of music. Here's as always, a little Uzi Vert. Spin again.
Spin again. Spin again.
Uzi Vert?
Pull up in a fishbowl, ooh, clearly. Spin again. Spin again. Spin again.
Oh, that's garbage.
Spinning shit just like I am a ceiling fan.
Oh, that's terrible.
I
this
don't
poor guy.
I don't think we've done it before, but man, all rappers do sing the word spin the same way, don't they? It's hard to tell. Hey, guy likes spinning though.
He does.
He likes spinning things. Yeah. Blue Uzi Vert, spin again. Hopefully we won't have to spin again. Everybody ready?
Yep.
What are we talking about? There she goes, straining.
Look at it struggle.
Oh boy. Okay.
Okay, all right.
Oh, it's a twofer.
All right. It's a twofer. I think this is actually a request or maybe a semi-request. It says Spider-Man number 139/140, and I believe it was because this had a wrestling angle on it.
I
So
don't
it says-
remember any of this.
Okay,
And it's
Spider-Man.
not- and we didn't pick it.
It was mentioned in a Facebook comment. I am not sure if I remember who, but it was mentioned as so it's not technically a request. I think we probably looked at this and said like, yeah, we could cover both issues in one. So let's take a look. Unless you just want to do one of them, let's take a look and see. What
Do you guys want to defy the wheel?
No.
In what way? Like spin again? We
Yeah.
can't spin again.
No.
What?
We're doing this one? Fine.
Well, we can do just let's look at the cover. Let's look at the cover.
As soon as I
right?
saw it was 2, I was like, fuck.
Well, let's look at the two covers and we can spin. Do you want to spin to determine which of the two books we're going to read?
Oh, I
How
might
about
be
that?
down for that.
All right. So let's look at 139, 140. So here is Jesus Christ. Make me
Oh, all right, I'm back on now.
Let me make sure that this is what I think it is. Spider-Man 139 to 1. Yeah.
That sure does look like wrestling.
Hang
All
on.
right, yeah, all right. So
Yeah.
Spider-Man here on this cover is like wrestling a grizzly man. Right. It's like he's fighting a furry. Let's be
Who's
honest.
holding
Now-
up J. Jonah Jameson?
In fairness, this says the Amazing Spider-Man, and I don't know if this is right, but maybe we should just do it.
Yeah, I'm fine with doing Day of the Grizzly. Sure.
What's going on in 140? Yeah. Well, it does look like it's a two-parter, 139, 140, because the next one does have the Grizzly again. So I'm gonna guess.
Nah, we're doing 39.
Okay,
That's
I
good
think
enough.
we're gonna do. I just want to look real quickly and see Spider-Man issue 139 to see if maybe there was.
Someone's
yeah.
asking us to do 2 and 1. They're trying to get a freebie.
Yeah, you can't. You got to request it separately. Yeah, I
what
guess
are you doing?
I guess there wasn't. This must be the one that was intended. This has to be it. And if it's not, it's too late now. So we're gonna do Amazing Spider-Man issue 139 from 1974. It's apparently the Day of the Grizzly, and it's pictured the Rhino, but instead of being the Rhino, he is a grizzly.
He's fighting a furry, and his penis is blacked out, just like the Congorilla.
I'll be honest, I'm still not sure that this was the right book, but it's what
Well.
we're doing. This is what we're doing.
Should've
Is this just another rhino? Is they were just like other animals?
Yeah,
don't know.
Spider-Man has so many animals: the vulture, Doctor
vulture,
Octopus,
yeah.
the rhino,
the chameleon, yeah.
lizard,
It's just his thing.
and now the Day of the Grizzly.
The grizzly, this is his finest adversary, the grizzly.
Dude, the
All right.
grizzly is a guy in a fucking fucking what's the name of that Halloween store?
Halloween USA.
Spirit?
Spirit Halloween. He's wearing a Spirit Halloween bear costume.
He looks great. Yeah, he's grabbing J. Jonah Jameson by the dick,
Yeah.
swinging him around.
Yeah.
All right. See, this worked out. This is gonna be
He's
great.
like thinking about maybe he shouldn't have asked for so many pictures of Spider-Man.
I think I really pushed my luck here.
And he's like, ah, damn it. Now I'm getting swung around by my dick.
All right. I think we're gonna call that good.
All right. I'll. First, I was like, Spider-Man again. Fuck that
We
guy.
haven't looked at Spider-Man, I think, in like a year.
Has it been a year? All right.
I think it's been a long time since
He was
last
banned
looked at
for a year,
Spider-Man.
wasn't he? Along with Superman. He had a soft
I think it was a
ban.
soft ban. Yeah, I don't
We
think
brought him back like a month early.
I think it's been a long time since we've seen Spider-Man. Honestly, I really
All
do.
right, fine.
You gotta pop. You know what? Whenever you do Spider-Man, you do Batman. You get a little pop in the numbers. People want to see what's going on.
All
with
right.
the
Yeah,
little
I guess
webhead.
that's all right. You have a point.
Yeah. Shée,
Yeah, that's me.
get some credits and plugs and stuff.
Yeah, I can do that. Either before or after. I guess you could do it during when you're donating money to James's run. Listen to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or any other app while you also subscribe to us on darksidescouch.com because
Nope.
just sign up for all the
mean, you
things.
can.
Sign up for the RSS feed.
Yeah, sign up. Go to YouTube. We're doing it on YouTube. The videos are taking a lot of my time, so go appreciate the videos. There's maybe a couple little hidden things in there that you didn't know about that you didn't catch if you just listened to it. Maybe a couple little fun bonuses in there. Yeah,
Little
Yeah.
flashes of pornography, like in Fight Club.
yeah.
And then follow us on all the things at Dark Side's Couch to get more updates about James running the marathon.
All
I
right.
should make a Thread account.
Yes, whatever that thing is. Is that still around? Threads?
I don't know.
I think it might be gone. I think they may have shut it down after like 2 weeks.
I didn't get a chance.
I don't know. Yeah, so, well, I'm going to go take some aspirin because literally my headache has not abated during this entire 2-hour recording
James
session.
has been dehydrating to look extra ripped.
Yeah, it's working too. Anybody got any final thoughts before we get out of here?
The Grizzly is for sure a furry, and the cover of this book blacked out his penis because he had one of those prosthetic furry penises on it.
Like Mark Wahlberg did at the end of
And
Boogie
anything
Nights.
you want, if you ever want something, just say it backwards out loud.
Shée.
Don't trust magicians.
Don't make songs with corn.
That's what I should have said. Fuck.
All right.
Ta-ta for now, Kutcher Crusaders. We'll talk to you next time on the couch.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for magic. Good evening, Gotham. I'm Zatanna. Tonight, I can promise you a few surprises, a thrill or two along the way, and with luck, a happy ending.
How long has it been? 10 years? 12? All that and another lifetime.
Ass like a peach, you just want to bite that shit.
Nice.